glorious Friday morning. Travis, right off the top.
That was a good one. That was a good scream, man.
Okay.
I mean, that was a good scream. It's all. I was like, there we go. There we go.
That's
it's
how
on.
you start a Friday. That's
Right.
how you start a weekend. If you're joining us at 6 a.m, it means you're hard at work already, or one of the kids woke you up and it's been a long night for you. Either way, we're happy. We're damn glad to have you. If you're on the East Coast, somewhere in the Midwest, and you're listening far away from San Diego, welcome in. I know it's later in the morning. You might be doing your school drop-off right now. Wherever you are, however you listen, we suggest giving the free iHeartRadio app a try. It's how I start every morning. Listen to the app throughout the house, get into the car, connect seamlessly with Bluetooth, and then you can bring it into the office with you as well. We have a Bar Cart Friday brought to you by Keg and Bottle. 10 locations around San Diego, and actually 2 other locations, one in Santa Barbara, one out in Chicago, just opened up recently. So you can get out there for all of your liquor, beer, or wine needs this weekend. And you may need some if you're a Padres fan. You may need some liquor, beer, wine.
Yeah.
Because
sweating it out.
I mean,
because we are in for it, boys. The Padres are still alive. Woo! Yeah! Woo!
it took divine intervention to make it happen,
Did
though.
you see how they're still alive?
No, I didn't. I don't care. The Padres are going to win the World Series. Yes!
Listen to this. So if the Marlins or the Cubs won last night, the Padres season was done.
Yeah,
it
that's
was
correct.
over.
Yeah,
So
sure.
the Marlins had a 2-1 lead in the 9th inning against the Mets. And what happens? The skies open up. Game postponed. The 9th inning.
And thou shalt not let thine Padres die.
So that game will get made up on Monday if it ends up mattering. If it doesn't end up mattering, like the Mets lock up the spot, then it just won't.
It'll matter.
They'll play 161. Yeah, the Padres are going to force everyone's hand. They're going to win 3 straight in Chicago against these White Sox. Imagine they just lose in heroic fashion tonight. So all these players who don't have to pitch, don't have to be there, can get on their plane flights to Mexico or Aruba or Hawaii or wherever they're vacationing to end the season.
Manny Machado can get that surgery he should have gotten 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, because look, playoff hopes are alive, and Manny's a baller. He wants to keep some streaks intact.
They've never been alive. They've been at less than 1% for weeks.
That's still alive.
Some people say as long as there's a heartbeat.
Exactly.
Everett DM, U.S. brand manager for Eden Mill out in St. Andrews, is going to be joining us on the show. We're going to have some gin, boys.
Ooh.
That's what we're going to be doing on Bar Cart Friday. Also, we're going to be joined later in the show. Our Friday guest every single week of the NFL season, Jared Smith, betting analyst for Fox Sports Radio.
Right.
Love talking to Jared.
Right.
And then we have a special guest from out in Buffalo, which is going to be the site of the best game to watch this weekend.
We think.
Right.
Because we also went, this primetime matchup, but Thursday's going to be insane.
Yeah. And it was awful for about 3 of the 4 quarters.
Yeah.
I wonder if Jared was on the right side of that one.
Yeah, well, let's ask him.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I'm very curious if he took the Lions on the road in Green Bay. I think he low key likes the Packers a lot this season.
So do I. And Vegas, like the experts would tell you, that is a situation where you smash the Packers, where you're going home dogs prime time. That's usually a situation where you go for the home team.
And by the way, you got to remember how huge of a win this is for the Lions. Okay. So just quick review. The Lions started their season on a Thursday night football game, primetime on the road at Arrowhead, beat up on the Chiefs, got the W there. They went on the road on a Thursday night football again. Granted, the first one was to open the season. So they had, they could do whatever they want schedule wise with their practices before the Chiefs game, but not this one. They played Sunday and then they went back out there on Thursday and absolutely walloped the division rival on the road at Lambeau. This is the first time in some 40 plus years that the Detroit Lions have been favored at Lambeau Field against the Packers QB1. It is the first time in 40 plus years. And then not only do they beat them, they cover the spread and in pretty dominant fashion, 34-20 final. And it doesn't even really tell the story. The Packers had no juice in the second half in the first half at all.
Yeah, no, at all. On either side of the ball, it was a tough watch. I mean, it was a tough watch, and we talked about it yesterday. Will Jordan Love crumble under the spotlight? I thought, no way. Come on, Jordan Love, cool cat.
He crumbled.
Fletch over here, yeah, no, he's going to deteriorate. He was not good. Now,
honestly,
hold
at some
on, though. The offensive line
Dude.
was not good.
That was a problem.
Big problem.
So is Bakhtiari out? I think I heard on the broadcast he might be going on IR.
Let me
That's a problem for
let
the
me
Packers.
check Twitter this morning. There may be some more information about Bakhtiari, but I will say this: getting sacked 5 times has an insane impact on what you can do, what you can accomplish at quarterback. We said it yesterday. Aiden Hutchinson and that pass rush from the Lions is significant. If there's one thing that I didn't expect to see from the Lions that we're seeing early this season, is this defense is playing some good football. I mean, they really are holding the Packers to 20, especially after the surge of offensive football that they played lately. Jordan Love seeming to sort of, fit in with the system that Matt LaFleur is running, and also with these young receivers. It almost felt like it gelled faster than even it did with Aaron Rodgers last season.
Yep.
Now, granted, these receivers are into year 2 now and things like that, but still, it looks even better. But the Lions just, from the opening kickoff, the Packers spit the bit.
And you kind of earlier this week highlighted a name that probably a lot of people hadn't heard of. People who covered or watched the NFL closely have, but Ben Johnston and the way he's
Johnson,
the way he
OC.
has reformed this Lions offense. I mean, it's humming and guys are getting wide open. It's a little Shanahan-y where all of a sudden there's just Amon-Ra St. Brown by himself in the middle of the field. And you're like, how the hell does that guy get open? He's literally the best receiver.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good play caller. I will say this though, Travis, like when you're sitting down and you're cracking open an ice cold pop watching these NFL games, especially on primetime so far, have you enjoyed it very much? Has it been something that where you've been like, yeah, look, we're getting what we've hoped for on these?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No. It's that's another snoozer.
Yeah.
I mean, it was another snoozer. And now look, the Packers made it look like it was going to be a game for a bit there in the third quarter, and then no. I mean, they just didn't have it. So this is another blowout. What's a bummer is looking at these two teams. I think we all thought like this is going to be a matchup right here. This one they're going to go back and forth, or it's going to be a nail biter. The Lions are the real deal. And Goff looks solid. I mean, I got to think that Rams are looking at this going, wait a minute. Where did that guy come from?
Yeah,
I mean,
Travis, especially because Matthew Stafford's going to be out of the league in a couple years.
Yeah.
So, like, if you think about if you would have locked up Jared Goff, I mean, and trusted him a little more, you could have had him for a long time. I have a question for both of you, Rich, Travis. Is Al Michaels cursed? Or more specifically, has Al Michaels cursed the NFL because of their decision, and I know it was NBC's decision, to take him off of Sunday Night Football, the biggest broadcast of the week?
He might be. Al Michaels, I know, is tearing up his call sheets after these games and going, I don't get it, Kirk. For years, we had some exciting action on Sunday Night Football, and now it's just dog bleep every single time we get in the booth together. I'm going to ask for your job to be given to someone else. I think you're a bad luck charm.
Right. Most of these games, or a lot of these games, I don't know if I can say most, but a lot of these games this season so far that were supposed to be great matchups have been blowouts. There's been some beatdowns.
Yeah.
The good games have been with teams that you didn't expect.
The Arizona Cardinals beating the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
That game was highly entertaining, and no
Right.
one thought it was coming. Or how about week 1, the Rams taking on the Seahawks, when everyone thought the Rams were going to kind of suck this year, and then they come out and shock the world and beat the Seahawks. Like, the good games have come from unexpected places, Travis. You are 100% right.
Well, and I will say, too, that Detroit, I mean, they look like the real deal. They look like they have a team that's put together here. Now, week 1, when they beat the Chiefs, there was kind of the question of like, did they get lucky there? Chiefs just aren't as good as
no
they.
Kelsey, no Jones.
I get all that. But Detroit made it happen. They got that win, and now here they are at the top of the leaderboard. I mean, it's pretty impressive.
It is. I mean, they force turnovers defensively. They get second chance opportunities for this offense. They jump on opponents early. They've got a lot of weapons. It's not just St. Brown, but it's also Josh Reynolds. You got to worry about him. Sam Laporta, the rookie tight end, I mean, is a real passing threat. He finished the game with 4 catches, 56 yards after having a big game on Sunday. And so you're getting more of these guys involved. David Montgomery gets involved in the passing game a little bit. He's a hammer in the running game. And oh, by the way, Jahmyr Gibbs hasn't even gotten going yet this season.
Why?
Their rookie draft pick running back out of Alabama.
Yeah.
A lot of
But-
fantasy owners, Ben Fletcher, are feeling the same pain you are this morning.
Do you want to know what's sickening about it? And I have two bad beats from last night. Okay,
Okay.
so the Jahmyr Gibbs thing. The Jahmyr Gibbs, he was drafted in fantasy football draft. He was drafted probably in the second or third round to be the Lions' premier running back
Yeah.
this year, right? Because that's what people thought. David Montgomery was drafted in the 6th or 7th, and that's probably where Travis Dale got him and put up 30 last night for
Yeah.
him.
Yes.
So it's frustrating from a fantasy perspective. The bad beat from last night, you mentioned Sam Laporta. 90% of the money on him on player props came in on him going over 4.5 targets or
my
over
gosh.
4.5 catches. He had 5 targets in the game, all of them in the first half. He had 4 catches.
You know who messaged me who's like absolutely nailing underdog fantasy? You remember Bob Armstrong? His mom was in the hospital. She had a tumor removed
Krang.
surgically. We named it Krang. And this was by request, by the way. We're not sick puppies like Bob and his
well,
mom.
we are.
Well, right.
But we were asked.
We were asked. And so Bob and his mom are loyal listeners. And also now his wife is in on the game. She loves listening to the show as well. And he reached out to me, DM'd me on Instagram, and he downloaded the Underdog app and he used promo code XTRA. He got his deposit doubled. And since he's done that, I'm looking for it. He's now up. I think he's turned his original $100 into $450
Wow.
in one
Good
weekend
for you, Bob.
on
Wow.
Underdog
Can
Fantasy.
you start sending me your picks?
Yeah.
Because I am struggling.
My pick'ems last night, I had 3. They didn't work out. But I will say this, during these blowout games, I'm still enjoying it more by playing along. But you're right, man. It is tough to judge, especially a lot of this young talent coming into the league. Which rookies are going to have great success right out the gates? Which one of them's which one of these rookies are going to struggle? And certain offenses, they just don't need to rely on their rookies. And the Detroit Lions of all teams don't need to rely on their first round running back Gibbs because David Montgomery has been so impressive.
He's a tank. I mean, he is a tank rolling through and taking multiple guys to bring him down. It was very impressive. On the other side, Green Bay, very lackluster on either side of the ball, but that offense could not get anything going in the first half. In fact, did they finish the first half -1 total yards? Is that the correct stat?
They may have. But
Yeah.
Travis, what I saw is Jordan Love is so reliant on getting a run game going.
Yep.
Because so much of that offense comes out of play action when he's throwing the ball. And when the Packers can't run, which they couldn't last night at all, Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon both completely shut down. Jordan Love has no answers. He's
nailed
not
it.
a drop back quarterback yet.
Fletch, you nailed it. It's not even Jordan Love. And he's pretty good from the pocket. He couldn't stand in the pocket because he got sacked 5 times. That's not really his problem because he's a smart guy. He's reading defenses. He's doing the right thing with the football. And he's been relatively careful last night withstanding with the 2 interceptions. And then, oh, by the way, they lost 2 fumbles for 4 total turnovers. That's bad football. But the point is, he was under siege in the pocket. They got nothing going in the run game. This is Matt LaFleur's offense. This is what he transitioned to when Aaron Rodgers was still there. That's the reason why Aaron Jones was so important to the offense when 12 was still playing in Green Bay, because he created an environment where it didn't have to be the Aaron show every single week. And Travis, as a result, Aaron Rodgers won back-to-back MVPs, but you have to have a run game in order to run that offense.
Yeah. Now, Rich, as a former player, a former offensive lineman, looking at that Green Bay line, I mean, how do you see to fix that? What are you looking at? Is it a talent issue? Is it a coaching issue? I mean, they're just getting overwhelmed.
Look, injuries have a huge impact on whether or not an offensive line is going to be successful during the course of a season. So you have to find suitable replacements when guys go down. But beside that, if you're in a bind, if you're in a situation where the cards are dealt and you're going to be playing with maybe your starting left tackles out, or maybe a guard goes down or something like that, you need
Bakhtiari is on IR by the way.
So you got to scheme your game plan around your limitations. Right now, their limitation is their offensive line. It's got to be quick passes. You got to get the ball out of the hand of your quarterback. You got to play rhythm offense where it's 2 steps, bang, 2 steps, bang, 2 steps, bang. Never let this guy have to wait after hitting his back foot of his drop. Jordan Love needs to hit the back foot of his drop and just be firing out a slant or firing to the flat or firing somewhere up the seam. You got to fool these defenses coverage-wise with your route concepts, but get the ball out.
I also think one thing I noticed last night, and I could be totally off on this, but I noticed it especially in the first half, is when Aaron Rodgers was the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers and they were running this Matt LaFleur offense, it was so disguised whether it was a run or a pass, and it was so obvious last night with Jordan Love. Like Aaron Rodgers, I don't know if it's him, how talented he is at play action, either hiding the football or making it look like it's a run play and then pulling it out at the last second. But Jordan Love seemed a little too obvious. So when the Lions pinned their ears back and went for it, it was like they already knew what was coming.
Well, I'll tell you what happens, and I've seen it many times on film in games where either my team wasn't protecting our quarterback well or watching other teams who aren't protecting their quarterback well. It is really difficult when you're a quarterback and you are that vulnerable to turn your back to the defense and stick your arm out and carry out a fake. You're trusting your offensive line not to get you killed. And so when you whip your head around and you're ready to turn and fire, if you're a little gun shy because you've been hit as many times as Jordan Love got hit, I get it. You kind of rush some of the fakes, you short arm it a little bit, and then you're into your route progression quick because you're like, I need to get the ball out. These guys aren't giving me any time. So it all factors, right? Everything affects everything. It's all 11 guys. A lot of people will be like, oh, Jordan Love, shaky night. I say not really. I really kind of look at it as a bad night for the O-line, bad night for the offense in general. They looked a little bit better in the third quarter, but if they're going to have anything that resembles a good season, they got to protect their quarterback a lot better.
Well, guys, we were just talking about that Thursday night football game between the Lions and the Packers. Lions end up winning at 34-20. But coming up this weekend, we got some biggies. So do you guys know that Sunday morning, 6:30 a.m. is your first NFL game this week? Jags, Falcons in London, and it's also the Toy Story game. Rich, will you force your kids to watch the Toy Story broadcast?
Well, I am going to be on the road or finishing my trip up to Los Angeles, so I'm going to alert the grandparents that he can watch Toy Story football. My guess is he's going to be like, no, turn on Dr. Binox on YouTube. He's a little bit of a nerd, my oldest. Yeah.
That's okay. We like nerds. College football, Richie, you're going to jump on a plane later today and head to Colorado Springs where the Aztecs are taking on Air Force. Now, the Aztecs, a rare issue for them over the last decade is their run defense so far this year and their inability to tackle. Air Force last week put up 400 rushing yards, which is standard for their little triple option offense. And then in baseball, the Padres, by some miracle, by the heavens opening up and sky falling on New York last night, the Padres are still alive in the postseason race.
Well, let's get to this. All right. So the Padres, they have a night off and they go to Chicago after the winning series in the Bay Area against the Giants, keeping their playoff hopes alive while eliminating officially the Giants from their postseason. So they have a less than 1% chance of making the postseason.
Less than 0.01. Right. It is 0.0000001.
We had Kevin Acee on, and he goes, look, we don't need to discuss the full length of things that have to happen, but basically the Padres need to sweep the series against the Chicago White Sox. And then, oh, by the way, a dozen other things need to happen in concordance for them to make the playoffs. So they're not going to make the playoffs, but playoffs in terms of elimination and math, they're not mathematically eliminated yet. And so this is the song that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Some people thought no, this is the season that will not go. It's like a rash where you're like, oh, I think this is getting better. And then all of a sudden you wake up, you're like, oh no.
I scratched it.
It's back. It's back.
Well, last night was insane. So, like the Marlins, if they won last night, the Padres were done. That's just that. The Marlins are the Cubs, and then there's one other team. I think it's the Reds. Like, if they win too much, the Padres are toast. They're done. Last night, the Marlins had a 2-1 lead in the ninth inning against the Mets, and the skies literally open up. After the night before, where there was a 3.5-hour rain delay, it looked like they were going to fit this whole game in last night. Skies open up. It starts pouring. There's lightning in the area, so they cannot continue the game. Now, that game will be made up on the following Monday, so next Monday, if it matters for playoff consideration. Now, the Marlins currently hold that final wild card spot, so if they win out the rest of the way, that game's not going to be made up. But if there's if there's some situation between the Reds, or the Reds and the Marlins
And the Cubs.
and the Cubs and the Padres
Yeah.
still, then that game will have to be made up on Monday.
This is really what it breaks down to. The Padres have to win out. I mean, that's regardless. The Reds can only win one of the next 3 games. The Marlins have to lose on the way out all the games, and the Cubs have to lose all the games. So if the Cubs or the Marlins get 1, it's over. If the Reds get 2, it's over. If the Padres lose 1, it's over.
Which the Marlins were like 6 outs away last night from making it happen.
It has been days of us going, well, there's still a chance. This is incredible.
So the Reds need to win 2.
Yes.
So they can only lose 1.
That is correct.
I think
the next
they
3.
have to lose 1, don't they?
No, if they either have to go 0-3 or they have to go 1-2. So they can, if they win more than 1, the Padres are out.
Good Lord. So in order for the Padres to be out, Padres have to lose just 1 game.
That's correct.
The Cubs need to win 1 game.
Padres can't lose any.
Yeah. In order to be out.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they have to lose 1 game.
Yeah,
that is
in
correct.
order to be mathematically eliminated, which is the most likely scenario. All they have to do is lose 1 game this series.
Just do it tonight.
Cubs
Put us out
or
of our
Marlins
misery.
win 1, and Reds need to win 2.
That's correct.
Got it.
Yes.
This is insane. This is absolutely insane. Okay, but this is baseball.
What's insane was it was over last night. It was over. And apparently, someone from the heavens decided, nah, I'm really liking this season.
I don't get it. But look, this is baseball. Like these things, this is the reason why the Padres got in last season. They're not getting in this season. Again, unless divine intervention happens, unless somehow the Marlins and the Cubs both get swept, unless somehow the Padres win out, unless somehow the Reds only win 1 or none, then yeah, I guess they can get in. But it's just nuts what we've seen already this season. It almost feels like mercifully we just need this to end. So then we can start hearing news about this all hands on deck meeting it's supposed to happen as soon as the season ends between Preller and all of his
and
lieutenants.
Travis, I think you may have been off. Someone from the heavens might be trying to ruin Padres next season by delaying this Manny Machado surgery.
That's
because
true.
the longer they're still eligible for the playoffs, the longer Manny Machado's going to play.
Whoa. Are you saying God is a Dodger fan?
God hates the Padres. I mean, it only makes sense, right? The curse.
I think
God hates San Diego. It's like, I gave you
There's
guys weather.
no
You are
way.
not allowed to have sports.
This is America's finest city.
Although that would make a snappy t-shirt. God hates San Diego. Can you imagine Padres fans next year? It's like, keep the faith, go Pods. God hates San Diego.
Yeah, the Friars?
The Friars? Doesn't make any sense. All right, coming up next, we have a huge bet on the line that we haven't even discussed since kickoff of the NFL season, and it's all related, and you'll hear about it coming up next.
We got a preseason bet that we made that I did not sign up for, yet somehow I'm still a part of. We're going to check in on it coming up next.
All right, this update is presented by the County of San Diego HHSA. We will begin in the NFL. Last night, the Detroit Lions stomped the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. Final score 34-20. The Lions running back David Montgomery patted Travis's fantasy team big way. He rushed in 3 touchdowns in the win. Coming up this weekend in the NFL, Falcons-Jags get Sunday started early with a 6:30 a.m. kickoff out of London. And then we got some big game stateside. AFC North battle between the Ravens and Browns. AFC West rivalry game between the Chargers and Raiders. Patriots taking on the Cowboys, and the game of the weekend, Dolphins-Bills in Buffalo. In college football, Aztecs heading to Colorado Springs for a Mountain West matchup with the Air Force. Our pregame coverage gets underway live from AleSmith Brewing in Miramar at 3 o'clock. Kickoff will be at 5 right here on San Diego Sports 760 and the free iHeartRadio app. And over in baseball, Padres somehow stay alive thanks to some divine intervention last night. Marlins had a 2-1 lead over the Mets in the 9th inning. Rain delay. That game has been postponed. If you haven't gotten your updated COVID vaccine yet, make sure you do it. Getting the COVID vaccine is the safest and most effective way to protect yourself. Visit sandiegocounty.gov/coronavirus to schedule an appointment to get your updated COVID vaccine.
Big Rich, CD, and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760. If you're listening on the free iHeartRadio app, make sure you hit us up on the talkback line, the What's Up line, little microphone there on the lower right-hand side.
Up?
What up? Tap that mic. Send us a shout out. Send us a request. Send us anything you'd like to share. And yeah, send us a request. We'll make sure we get it on. Also, we've got a
FM DJ guy over here.
Yeah, you know, sorry. I'm used to that.
Oh, wait a second. Yeah. Oh, I finish
Well,
your.
no, I was just going to say,
yeah.
we do have giveaways we're going to be doing today. We have a $30 gift card to Prince Street Pizza to celebrate San Diego Restaurant Week. It's It's going on now through Sunday with over 100 of San Diego's finest dining establishments, a diverse range of cuisines from farm to table to international flavors, multi-course menus starting at just $20. Visit San Diego RestaurantWeek.com and Guns N' Roses tickets. I believe, it has to be the final pair because it's this Sunday.
Yeah, October 1st show, Sunday over at Snapdragon Stadium. Very limited on tickets, so get to Ticketmaster.com to get your tickets now.
Sold out.
Sold out now.
Is it sold out
Sold
now?
out.
Oh,
Yeah.
it just sold out.
D.
Okay.
Smith and John and Jim will not have those tickets today because we have to have time to get them out on a Friday.
Right.
So this is your last chance to win those tickets.
Yep.
Speaking of which, tomorrow, maybe your last chance to ever see me.
Again, you're dying?
Yeah, probably.
Is this it?
No,
Are you eating
get on
tilapia?
out to Alesmith tomorrow from
Oh.
3 to 5 p.m. We'll be there for Aztecs pregame coverage. Be there at 3 o'clock. There is some big watch party with the Sons of Montezuma and some other people, Aztecs alum, who are going to Alesmith. So if you want to come out and support the red and black, get on out to Alesmith at 3 o'clock tomorrow. That's when we start pregame coverage. Rich will be in Colorado Springs with game coverage with Uncle Teddy Leitner. That begins at 5 o'clock. But Alesmith, that's your place tomorrow.
Yeah,
Rich?
can't wait for that.
Rich sent me or sent us a video yesterday of me on in the afternoon talking a little Magnolia Network.
Well, so
It's important stuff, Rich.
So I listened to all the stations here in our San Diego cluster.
on the free iHeartRadio app.
I do. I'm always listening to that darn app. I love it so much. And when I was in the car via Bluetooth, listening to the free iHeartRadio app, I was perusing what was going on over on the 101.5 KGB afternoon drive with Travis Dale.
Spinning the ones and twos and stacks of wax.
So Travis doubles. He's not only just an awesome morning show host, but he goes over to the 101.5 KGB and he does afternoon drive as well, the busiest man in the building. And so I tune in just as we're finishing up Bon Jovi and we're going into the next track. It's Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, wow, there's Travis.
Yeah.
And so I take out my phone and I start recording it. And he goes, yeah, that was Bon Jovi. Coming up next, we got a little Pearl Jam for you. Want to know an interesting little story? Chip and Joanna Gaines. You see them?
For the ladies.
They're down there in Waco, Texas. They're doing some home renovations, but all the while, Joanna is rocking out the Pearl Jam. This one's for you, Joanna.
There is an important question that needs to be asked. Why do you change your voice?
I didn't know I changed my
You
voice.
totally change your voice when it's over like some YouTube music.
I
It's a
don't
Pearl
know.
Jam.
I love it though.
I don't know. I have no idea.
It makes me so happy. And you're like, I'll be darned. She go to her Instagram account.
I do whatever they tell me to do.
Mhm.
That's what I do.
Yeah. We've all been forced into these roles. We don't even like each other. I mean, even dinner on Saturday night, insufferable. No, that is impossible to fake.
Come on.
We have to review this. We have stayed away from this for too long. It's already week 4 of the NFL season, boys. So to start the season, or I should say to finish out the preseason, for weeks, we were going division to division to division. We were checking out what Vegas said in terms of total wins for each team. We were picking the overs and unders, oblivious to the fact that one day Ben was going to walk through the doors, and what Fletch had with him was a Pocky one-chip challenge. Have since been taken off the shelves
Those have been pulled.
because someone died eating one.
Shocker.
Yeah. So we still have the chip.
Eat the chip.
We're going to eat the chip, or I shouldn't say we, but one of us is going to eat the chip depending on who has the most misses on their over-under season-long picks. Now, Ben, you went through the painstaking process of listing every team where we have one person disagreeing with the rest or 2 people disagreeing with one. So let's go through it. Broncos.
Yeah.
They've started the season 0-3.
So the over-under on them, they 8.5 was the number.
And here's the funniest thing
Okay.
about the Broncos. The one Broncos fan is the only person who took the under.
That makes perfect sense.
I mean, I had a feeling.
That makes
I had a
perfect sense.
feeling.
Okay, so the Broncos are off to one of the worst starts. Sean Payton looks lost. Russell Wilson doesn't look much better. It looked like they kind of gave up against the Dolphins last week.
Yeah, they win this week.
You think they do?
They win this week.
Against the
They're
Bears?
playing
They-
the freaking Bears.
They beat the Bears. They should flex
Oh,
that
Bears.
game, is all I'm saying. They
I
should
honestly-
flex the game.
I can't wait for that
Yeah.
game.
They should flex that game.
To
Yes.
prime time?
Yes, 1,000,000%. Yes.
Well, how about
Yeah.
those Chargers? So their over-under was set at 9.5,
Yeah.
which I was the only one that thought that was a little steep. You both took the over. I took the under. They're at 1-2 right now.
Okay. All right. Well, so far that would put, if everything played out exactly the way it is right now, I would be in the lead. Then Rich, and then you, Ben, are eating that Pocky chip.
Wait, why? The Chargers, I have the under.
Oh,
Well, yeah, they're at 1-2, but I will
one
say
and
this:
two.
they're,
Yeah, I was
they're-
thinking 2 and 1.
they're
Sorry.
about to host the Raiders at home, which is a good timing. Jimmy Garoppolo in concussion protocol this week. They got lumped up by the Steelers in their last game. Chargers obviously deserved to lose the game in Minnesota, but you got to kind of look this dead down the barrel and say, okay, they won on the road. Was it a convincing win? No, but the offense looks really good. Their defense needs a lot of work, though. So, yeah, I do agree, though. At least right now, Ben is in the lead.
Okay, well, the next one helps me out again because the Colts were at 6.5 before the season. You both had the under on that one. I took the over. They're at 2-1 right now.
Yeah, I feel like I'm way wrong on this. I mean, I'm way wrong on this.
It's a long season. A lot's going to change. The Colts may not win again. They're not a good football team.
No, but golly,
Anthony
man.
Richardson.
Can they get 5 more?
I feel like he's probably good to get them 5 more. Now, the biggest question mark is going to be his health. He looked like he got dinged up concussion-wise 2 weeks ago. They said it was a knee injury, and then he got dinged up with a concussion, or I should say 3 weeks ago. Then 2 weeks ago, he gets the knee. Gardner Minshew starts last game, finds a way to win. 2-1 start to the season.
Let's rip through like 3 or 4 more of these, and then we can save some for later on in the show. But Steelers, their win total was set at 9. Rich, you and I both took the under. They currently sit at 2-1 after that week 1 embarrassment to the 49ers.
Yeah, I mean, Steelers don't look great, but I do think they look a little better each week. Its problem is I mean, they're maybe a C- team at the moment. So, and eking out some wins, luckily because their defense is making it happen for them. I mean, can they get 10 wins?
It's
a lot of wins.
Yeah, it seems like a ton at the moment.
Well,
for
how
them.
about the Ravens, a division partner with the Steelers? Their over-under was set at 10.5. Travis, you took the under on that one. Rich and I both took the over. They sit at 2-1. I feel good about that one.
Yeah, all I'll say about it is they've went through some really bad injuries early on. They've lost some people for the season. They'll get healthier, and they're still at 2-1, feeling good about that. Bills at 10.5. Ben, Travis, you both took the under. I took the over. Now, week 1, you had to be feeling pretty good about yourselves, but all of a sudden, the Bills are roaring back to life.
This week's going to tell us a lot about the Buffalo Bills because they're going up a team that just dropped 70. A team that just dropped 70 points. If the Bills can beat the Dolphins, then I'll feel really bad about this.
That is the game of the week. New York Giants, the G-Men, 7.5. Did we all take? No. Ben, you took the over. Travis, you took the over. I took the under.
Yeah, Rich, you nailed that.
Well,
I mean,
it's
you
not
nailed
looking,
that.
it's not looking good right now.
They look better than they did week 1. But the Saquon Barkley thing, like their whole offense is wrapped up around one player. That one player has missed a couple games.
And they face Monday Night Football. They face the Seahawks at home.
They are optimistic he's going to play this week, by the way.
Yeah.
Even though high ankle sprain, running back this quick, I don't like that at all.
Yeah, he could be limping around out there. Cowboys 9.5. Ben, you took the under. Me and Travis are on the over. They're 2-1. And well, their 2 wins are over both New York teams, and then they have that real weird game against the Cardinals, and it doesn't get any easier for them because coming up next, the Dallas Cowboys
Patriots
are facing the Patriots. Not an easy team to face defensively, especially when you sputter a little offensively, but they get to host them.
We can go really quickly on this one. Eagles at 11.5 wins. I took the under. You two took the over. That was a bad pick.
I know. You're still on this, like, well,
Overrated.
Eagles, just a little overrated.
They haven't been played that good, but they're 3-0, which is terrifying because once they start playing good, they're going to just dominate.
Ben, I agree with that. They are playing C+, B- football, and they're still winning football games.
Ban the tush push. Hashtag that.
Hashtag it, put it on a t-shirt. Okay.
Every team can do the
I
tush
hate
push.
the tush push. No, not every team can because not every team has Jalen Hurts. Not every team has Jason Kelsey. Those two are experts at that play, and they've figured it out.
So you fault the Eagles because they've got players who can play well?
Ban the tush push. It's not
Come
football.
on.
It's rugby. What are we? Europe? Bunch of pansies.
Every single time we open a box and we see this item, we think we know what it's for. And until today, we had no idea. A mysterious discovery pronounced on the other side of this commercial break. Coming up next, we have games overseas and also a mysterious object we finally have an idea of what it's used for, and that's next. If you're listening to us right now at home, you should try us on your smart speakers. You can just say, "Hey Siri, play San Diego Sports 760," and guess what? You're going to be listening to us.
Something else I just learned about. Most cars have iHeartRadio plugged in already. Like I knew we've been reading that for years, but I have a 2012 Tacoma and my car has iHeartRadio on it.
Yeah.
I don't know how. It's there.
Yeah. It's the coolest thing ever. Actually, you know what? It was probably because your cousin downloaded and set it up so that when you jumped in, it was already set up.
It's there.
You're rocking and rolling on his account.
My favorites are all set up. Like it's there.
No, it's great. I have iHeartRadio. It's in the dash. Sometimes I connect, like if I'm listening to something coming from the house, I just connect with Bluetooth. But a lot of times, just click through over to the iHeart app. But if you don't have an app on your screen in your car, that's fine, because as long as you have like one of those aux cables, you can listen to us. That I did it for years.
Yeah.
That's the way I did it for years.
Yep. Same.
We have our first international game of the year. Jags taking on the Falcons in London. Jaguars played 2 games in London, have for a long time. There's going to be a Germany game later on in the season. This is also an interesting game because on Disney Plus, you can watch the Toy Story version of Jags Falcons. Anybody interested in turning that on at 9:30 in the morning?
I'm gonna give it a peek.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it. I mean, mostly because I'm just curious how they do this in real time. I mean, it's AI just overlaying Toy Story on the game.
It's kind of cool. I watched the Nickelodeon ones where they have the slime zone instead of the end zone.
Right. But that's animation over the top of video.
Yep.
This is going to be
real time, like the Toy Story characters on the football field instead of the football players.
I had no idea it was that integrated.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
And it's being played in Andy's room.
Yeah, it's like you're going to be watching a board game play football.
I like this a lot. I'm going to turn it on. I'm actually going to request that we turn it on in the studio when I'm doing Red Zone Radio at Fox Sports Radio this weekend, because that's something that I need to see. I absolutely need to see that, because also this is, to me, it's one thing that I'm still not able to enjoy with my kids. I have a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old. Both of them do not. I think they think that, actually, I know for a fact my oldest thinks that I played for the Padres. So
He heard Ernie Martinez talk about your glistening thighs one time.
The only thing he remembers, he's like, yeah, dad threw out a pitch at Petco Park. So he played for the Padres. I'm like, well, no, it's a different team. They're not here anymore. Tough to explain. Look, the point is.
Steve Spanos is a jerk. All right, you get it.
I'm hoping for like an Antonio Brown moment where somebody just loses it. They take their shirt off and there's a little Toy Story guy just going nuts.
Or
out
at
there
least
on
a
the
fight.
field. Yeah, a fight.
Like, give me, like, helmets come off,
Yeah.
fisticuffs are being thrown, and, like, it's Mr. Potato Head just stomping on Rex's face.
As he's mic'd up,
Yeah.
dropping F-bombs.
Bijan Robinson, he gets tackled too hard, and then a couple of offensive defense. Dude, that would be incredible. It's Rex. It's the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Oh my God. Or Slink. I wonder
Yes.
which that we gotta figure out like which one of the players is going to be which one of the Toy Story characters.
I think the players are going to be players. They just look like toys.
Okay,
I
okay.
think. I don't know. That's the way the promo looks.
This
but
is
maybe I'm wrong.
fascinating. The other thing that's fascinating, or at least fascinating to us, so we decided to pass along to everybody else. So that little tabletop inside of your pizza box.
I miss pizza.
I miss it too. We're on a
Yeah,
very strict
yes,
diet.
yes.
If we ever break diet again, it's going to be housing pizza. I miss it so much.
Yeah, when do we get cheat days?
So cheese and tomato sauce and bread, it just goes together.
My
Now I'm
mouth is
hungry.
watering.
That little tabletop that's in the middle of your pizza. A lot of people mistake it for protecting the cheese on your pizza from being smushed in by the top of the box when
Yeah.
they stack up too many boxes.
That's what I thought.
Well, apparently the cardboard has enough structural integrity that was never the intention, because the edges of the box are thick enough that you'll never really have that sag that's going to result in that unless the pizza gets turned upside down for some reason. So that's not the issue. It protects people from germs.
Yeah. I mean, I was today years old. Apparently this was a thing a few years ago on social media, Fletch.
Yeah, during COVID, when everyone was ordering pizza and gaining a bunch of weight because they were ordering so much pizza.
Good.
A bunch of hot girls, which we could do this for hot guys doing hot girl stuff.
I like that.
A bunch of hot girls were just showing how that is supposed to be
Okay.
used. However, who shares pizza? If I'm getting a box, I'm eating the box.
Whoa. What if it's at your office?
Okay.
Okay.
So you take this little tabletop and you stick it into the piece that you're not going to eat. You know how you have to
right
sometimes,
adjacent to the
Yeah.
pizza, the piece you want.
because you got to tear the two pieces of crust apart when the pizza slicer doesn't get all the way through to the bottom of the crust. So you pick up the little tabletop, you stick it into the slice you're not going to eat, you pull it away from that piece, the piece that you are going to eat, and so you're only fingering one piece of
Yeah.
pizza.
And then you pick up the little table tool
Oh,
and
boy.
go.
We've had two in this segment. I had one also.
Okay.
Good.
Good.
But then you put it on you put it on the piece of pizza that's on the other side of the piece you want. So then you can pull from that side, and then you have your piece of pizza
Oh.
without touching the rest of the slices.
It's genius.
It's genius.
It's simple, but they should put instructions on the damn box because nobody knew what that was for.
Didn't know there was tools coming with my pizza.
When I was a kid, I thought it was for mice to sit at the table
Right.
and enjoy pizza with us.
Exactly.
And then I had a grandfather who backed up the story. So until I was uncomfortably old to believe that, that's what I thought it was for.
Good.
All right.
Last
Guns-
year.
Oh, wait, that's a fun text line question. What were you too old for? Like, what were you too old to learn?
Yeah.
I'll tell you mine. I thought sausage was kangaroo for the longest time because that's what my aunt told me to get me to eat it.
She said
Wait,
sausage.
and that made you eat it?
Yeah,
What the hell is wrong with you?
I don't know.
I'm curious what kangaroo tastes like now all of a sudden.
It's a rat. It's a giant rat.
I'm curious what rats actually taste like too. Look, I'm really hungry. The point is, speaking of hunger, we have a $30 gift card to Prince Street Pizza to celebrate San Diego Restaurant Week. That's coming up. Pair of tickets to see Guns N' Roses. Your last chance on this station to get those tickets. We're going to give you the time to call in soon. Also, we're going to be joined by the original chicken wing inventors manager. Figure that out. That's coming up next on the other side.
This update is presented by Macy's Backstage. It's hour 2 on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, and this update is presented by Macy's Backstage. Starting off in the NFL last night, the Detroit Lions stomped the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. Final score 34-20. Lions running back David Montgomery had 3 touchdowns in the win. Coming up this weekend in the NFL, Falcons-Jags get Sunday started early with a 6:30 a.m. kickoff from London. Then we got some big games stateside. AFC North battle between the Ravens and Browns. AFC West rivalry game between the Chargers and Raiders. Patriots taking on the Cowboys, and the game of the weekend, Dolphins-Bills in Buffalo. College football, Aztecs heading to Colorado Springs for a Mountain West matchup with the Air Force. Our pregame coverage will get underway live from AleSmith Brewing in Miramar at 3 o'clock. Kickoff will be at 5 right here on San Diego Sports 760 and the free iHeartRadio app. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? Here's a hint. Fall finds for $25 and under, like sharp blazers, cozy sweaters, cargo pants, jackets, and more. Find the latest trends and new arrivals at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
Yeah! Woo! Happy Friday to those who celebrate. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with you this morning. And it's a glorious Friday. We're going to be joined by Eden Hill out at St. Andrews, right? Awesome story about how this gin has come to be made. And it's all going to be brought to you by Keg and Bottle. Tony Kanja, owner, operator of Keg and Bottle, going to be in studio with us all throughout the 8 o'clock hour. Super excited to see Tony. Super excited to meet the folks over at Eden Hill. It's going to be a lot of fun to sip on some gin and have a couple of cocktails.
Yeah. And if you just saw a notification come up on your phone that comedian King Bach was going to be joining us, we apologize. He actually had to cancel last minute, had to cancel his shows out here in San Diego. He's going to be playing at the Balboa Theater. That will be happening later on in life here, but hopefully everything's okay. Maybe just an illness.
Yeah, we got that email yesterday and we were like, oof, normally you're kind of like locked in, and it's just one of those things, man. It happens. It's show business. We get it. And so the show must go on. And as a result, actually, a little bit of brilliance yesterday. We were discussing like, well, listen, wasn't it fun for the NFL opener when we were talking to Joe's out in Kansas City talking about barbecue because the game was being hosted at Arrowhead. And then we're like, what's the best game this weekend? And we're like, oh, Bills, Dolphins. Cool. Dolphins just hung 70. Bills beat the snot out of the Commanders. It feels like two AFC combatants who may see each other again in the postseason. Like, we got to lock it in for this one. Where's the game being played? It's in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. You mean the home of the original Buffalo Wings? Woo! So we're going to have Kayleen, who is the front of the house manager with Anchor Bar, which is the original home to the chicken wing.
This is incredible.
She's going to be joining us in just about 10 minutes, and we couldn't be more thrilled. So it is going to be awesome chatting with Kayleen, and that's coming up in just a little bit. But before we do that, talking to NFL, we've got a bunch of games this weekend, Ooh. 16 matchups in total. I think what we should do is treat it like a Fast Friday. Let's give one sentence on each of these games and just go from top to bottom, early slate all the way through until the late slate Sunday Night Football.
Early slate starts really early, so set your alarms for Sunday morning because 6:30 a.m. will be kickoff between the Falcons and the Jags. It's in London. One sentence for this: I want to see Rex spiking football.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's maybe a run-on sentence here. I'm looking forward to the Disney Plus broadcast, but it's too early.
Yeah,
that's number one. That's my sentence there.
Yeah, my one sentence on it is Desmond Ridder, Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier. This backfield is loaded for the Falcons. That's a low-key sleeper team in the NFC. A little bit of a run-on sentence.
How about Rams Colts? This one's going to be in Indianapolis. Colts inexplicably 2-1 on the year so far. They're taking on the Rams. One sentence for this one: can Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua keep it going?
Yeah, that you kind of stole my sentence. And then I guess I would add, I don't know if I'll be watching. That would, I mean,
you got a red zone, bro.
That's very funny. All right, mine is Colts low key starting to do something. Okay, winnable division in the AFC South, and I'm looking at the Rams the same way. Like out of the NFC, like the Rams are a dangerous team. I know their record's 1-2.
All right, Ravens Browns AFC North rivalry game.
If Lamar Jackson stays healthy, the Ravens could be a pretty good team.
I'm going to say this. This could be the game of the weekend. This could end up being the game of the weekend because Ravens are starting to get healthy, and the Browns defensively, I cannot wait to see how they try to slow down the Ravens offense. That might be the game of the weekend.
My one sentence, Ted Wynn told us that teams playing against the Browns have only had 5 snaps inside the red zone. 5 snaps inside the red zone for the entire season.
Jeez.
That's incredible.
The Ravens will get more than 5 in this game.
Yeah, I feel that way as well.
That is
Vikings-
shocking.
I know, isn't it? Isn't that the craziest stat? Vikings-Panthers in Carolina, 10 a.m. game. One-line sentence, I will fall asleep.
Yeah, look, if the Vikings fall to 0-4, I think only one other team has made the playoffs ever in the history of the NFL. This is a really long sentence, but if they fall into 0-4, and that was the San Diego Chargers back in '92, the sentence will actually be: if the Vikings go to 0-4, look for a fire sale in Minnesota.
I think Minnesota wins this game. I think they win this game big. I don't see how they don't. This is one of those games where it's a battle for the basement, potentially oddly a battle for Caleb Williams for the Vikings. I mean, if the Vikings falter this season, they could be in the running for Caleb Williams out of USC.
Bengals Titans, 10 a.m. in Tennessee. Derrick Henry is old.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It hurts me to hear that.
Dude, he's been not productive at all this season.
Yeah,
Locked down.
Bengals will be better than last week. They win.
The story is about CJ Stroud. He's the brightest rookie quarterback so far this season. Anthony Richardson's been dinged up. Bryce Young's been dinged up. So this is all about CJ Stroud.
Wait, why?
And this Houston.
He's not in this. It's Bengals Titans.
Oh, I was skipping ahead. Sorry, I went to Pittsburgh, Houston. Bengals Titans. Yeah, Derrick Henry is. I mean, I agree with everything you just said. Derrick Henry is off to one of the slowest starts we've ever seen him outside of being a backup to start his career.
I like that Fletch doesn't go, no, we're talking about Bengals Titans. Instead, he goes and calls you out. Why? Why would you say CJ
It was confusing.
Well, maybe he thought that I had information. Wait, did
So
CJ
he's being
Stroud
traded.
He got traded to the Titans? No, I'm an idiot, Ben.
Okay, one more here. Bucks Saints.
Wait,
Both of
whoa, let's do Houston.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's like way down the list.
so many things I wanted to say about CJ Stroud.
Okay, Steelers Texans in Houston. CJ Stroud literally setting rookie records so far throughout his career. He's been really impressive.
This is going to be a game all about CJ Stroud.
How many times does TJ Watt touch CJ Stroud? That's the game.
Yeah. This is a real defense he's going against. After that misstep against the 49ers, Steelers have gotten way better. That defense is ferocious.
Mhm.
They savaged Garoppolo in Las Vegas. They got the win and put him in concussion protocol. So CJ Stroud's, this is kind of like the welcome to the NFL moment, it feels like.
Yeah, and I think I think that is the whole story. If Watt starts to if Watt or whatever, the Steelers defense puts pressure on Stroud and starts to hit him, I think that changes this game a lot.
Yeah.
I still think the Steelers win this thing. However, I think it's close, and it's probably going to take the defense to make it happen. Just because that Steeler offense hasn't been great yet.
Yeah, they really haven't. I just don't really believe in Kenny Pickett yet. I know there's something there. I know he can run that offense. Also, by the way, I'm not a huge fan. I haven't been for years of Matt Canada. I mean, he's been there for the end of Roethlisberger. We saw him with Trubisky last year, and then Pickett took over. And now this year with Pickett, that offense has kind of stalled. So it's unfortunate. All right.
Yeah.
Let's do this. All right, so the Padres start their final series of the regular season. They'll be in Chicago taking on the Chicago White Sox. They'll miss the postseason this year unless close to a dozen different things happen, okay, including a 3-game sweep of their own, but they also need the Cubs to lose all their games for the rest of the season, the Marlins to lose all their games for the rest of the season, and the Reds to lose at least 2. If that happens, the Padres are in, guys.
Woo! We knew it. We knew it.
The Fighting Friars. Also, San Diego State football is on the road. They're going to face the Air Force Academy Falcons this weekend. You're going to hear pregame coverage start here at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Kickoff at 5 p.m. with myself and Ted Leitner on the call. And get out to AleSmith Brewing Company. We're going to have a pregame party. All Aztecs fans, all hands on deck. We want to see you out there. We had a little Thursday night football last night. 34-20 thrashing Lions over the Packers in Green Bay. That is one of the sentences that I don't think anybody is comfortable saying. Lions over Packers at Lambeau, but that's exactly what happened. Speaking of football, we've got to welcome in our next guest, highly esteemed guest, maybe our best guest ever. Kayleen Dunning is the front of the house manager for a little bar in a little city called Buffalo, right? This bar's name is Anchor Bar. Why is it important to us? Because it is responsible for a food item that the three of us, I mean, we put it on a pedestal. The Buffalo chicken wing is different. It hits different. It is different. And Kayleen, you've been a front of a house manager for 12 years. So I mean, inform us, educate us, tell us how this came to be, and tell us a little bit about yourself. Good morning.
Good morning, San Diego. How are you guys?
Oh, we're
so much better now.
This is like, it feels like we're talking to the queen.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this is
You
like,
guys got to come to some chicken wings.
well,
I mean, that's fine with me.
we got to set
Standing
that up.
invite? Yeah.
Can we do a live remote broadcast from the Anchor Bar in Buffalo? Could we just find a reason to be there and set up our equipment and do the show from there?
Absolutely. We've done it before. We've got a perfect room for it.
Okay. All
Okay,
right. Well, all right.
then.
Kayleen,
$235. We can be there in 9 hours and 52 minutes.
okay. We have a one-stop flight. We're booking it right now. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
Perfect. We've got a really good special this weekend, too. It's a Swish the Fish sour beer by K2.
Oh my God. Well, we're going to have a sour beer.
Okay.
And we're going to pair that beer with a chicken wing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so regale us of the tale, because you're speaking to the ignorant, to the uninformed. I don't really know the story. I have eaten at your restaurant. I've been to the Anchor Bar before, visiting New York for games against the Bills, but I need to hear it from the source. How did the chicken wing come to be?
So in 1964 is when we invented, if you will, the chicken wing. Teresa, some call her Mother Teresa. She was still at work, and her son, Dominic, was tending bar that night, and some friends came in to see him. They were pretty hungry for something, but the kitchen was already closed. So she went back there. She saw what they had left over, and all it was, the wings and the legs of the chicken that they used to use for stock or soup. So she decided to deep fry them, and she made a concoction of spices and hot sauce, and she tossed them, served them, and the rest is history.
Okay. Frank and Teresa here. Frank and Teresa. Is there any connection with Frank's Red Hot and this Frank and Teresa?
No, not at all.
Okay,
So actually, the sauce that we use on the wings is a wing sauce as opposed to a hot sauce. So there's like other seasonings in it. So it just like adds flavor instead of taking away or covering the flavor of the chicken.
Now, I've had them both ways, and I like them both ways, but is the proper wing a wet sauce mixture that gets doused over the wings, or is it a dry rub that you toss the wings in?
Great question.
Thank you.
So the world famous wing is a wet sauce. It's that medium sauce. It's like orangey in color, but there's no proper way to eat a chicken wing. The only thing that matters is that you use blue cheese and not ranch.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wait, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a big revelation.
Whoa. I'm kind of a ranch guy.
Get out.
What?
Door
Dude, wait,
there
You're kind of a
go.
ranch guy because you've never had blue cheese homemade at the home of the original.
Okay, that's
Oh
what I
my
was gonna
gosh.
say.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
gonna ask if you make the blue cheese different.
Can I ask you a question? Like, can you ship us wings and the homemade blue cheese? Like, can we? Like,
We actually do ship our wings.
This is okay. This changed my whole perspective on things. So we can call Buffalo, New York, And we could actually, wherever we are in the country, actually have wings shipped to us?
Yes, you can. Yep.
Oh,
We do tons of
God.
orders, especially around Super Bowl time.
Okay.
This is glorious.
Another question for you.
Mhm.
All right. So obviously home of the original buffalo wing, and it's a mixture of that butter and all those spices and seasonings and the sauce and the fried, and it's
Keep
just
going, keep
it's
going.
magical.
Keep going.
But do you guys now expand your sauce selection? Like at Anchor Bar, do you offer all the different ones like teriyaki or garlic parmesan? Like,
Yeah.
or are you guys just sticking to the true classic?
So for years, we did just stick to the few classics, but in recent years, we have added a bunch of flavors. We've got the mild, medium, and hot, which are traditional buffalo, a spicy garlic parm, which is the base of the medium, is the base of it. We have a spicy hot barbecue, a bourbon barbecue, which is a personal fave, and a chipotle barbecue. We have a honey garlic for all of our honey garlic lovers out there, and an extreme heat, which is like a peppery sauce. And then we have our dry rubs, which is the Cajun, the buffalo, and the habanero ranch.
I love you. Oh, is it too soon? Is it too soon?
Wait, what happened?
Wait. I'm sorry.
I was in a daze.
Wait. Too soon. Too soon. You know what? I guess I have to ask this question, Kayleen. Is it drums or flats?
Yeah. What wins?
Personal preference. I like the drums, but I know most people like the flats.
Okay. Kayleen
I
Dunning
feel like
joining
you get
us.
the most blue cheese dip with a drum.
I agree with
Yes,
that. Yeah. You can
yeah.
submerge the whole thing. Although I will I found this technique and we can actually do this
The
online.
lollipop.
Yeah, the
Yes.
so you take the flapper and you give it like a pinch at one end, and then you press it down into your plate, and you make a little umbrella of chicken meat, and then you
So
dunk
good.
that into
It's
the
so
blue
good.
cheese, and you're gonna have yourself a good time. A good time. Kayleen Dunning is joining us live from the Anchor Bar out in Buffalo, New York. Buffalo hosting the Miami Dolphins this weekend. That is the biggest game of the week, and that's the reason why we're talking to Kayleen and the Chicken Wings at the home of the original chicken wing, the Anchor Bar. Okay, so how many wings have you? What's the most wings you've ever sold in a single night or day?
Well, so it's hard to keep track of that. I can tell you that we usually go through in slower seasons, it's about 8 tons, but during football season, we're going through anywhere from like 12 to 16 tons of chicken wings a week. So we get deliveries fresh almost every single day. Our wings are never frozen, always fresh. And some games are a lot bigger than, other weekends where we're
18
going
tons?
through 16 tons in 2 days. But
Do you realize that's
30,000 pounds.
36,000 pounds.
Yeah, 18 tons is 36,000 pounds. Did you say that correctly? 18 tons is the most that you've sold in a week?
16 tons.
15.
16. Wow,
16
that's
tons.
incredible.
32,000 pounds.
Absolutely incredible. I had a neighbor not too long ago who used to go out and grill only chicken wings. And I asked him one time, I'm like, what's up with all the wings? And he said this little phrase, which I feel like should be a sign hanging up at the Anchor Bar. He said, you know what? God didn't give him wings to fly. And I feel like that just rings home.
Boy.
It's really good. I love that.
With that, we have to bid you adieu. This has been the best interview we've ever had on this show, because it's focused on one of our favorite things in the world, chicken wings. Kayleen,
Then we'll be expecting to see you guys in Buffalo enjoying some chicken wings.
Yes.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
we'll be in touch, and we will be out in Buffalo very soon. Is there a website that people could go to get chicken wings shipped to their house for this weekend?
Yes, www.anchorbar.com, home of the original, guys.
Love it. Kayleen, you're a pleasure and a joy. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us. Go Bills.
There she
Yeah,
is.
Yeah.
Bills, Dolphins, that is going to be an awesome matchup. It's crazy, right? You got the chicken wings, the drums, the flappers. They never decided anything really great to do with the feet. And speaking of feet, I want to talk to you about the Good Feet store, okay? Because I wear these arch supports in my shoes every single day.
I want to see little arch supports for the chickens.
The chickens. Can you imagine little chicken arch supports? I'll tell you what, they'll be waking up without back pain. It's only one bad day, but the rest of them are going to be really good days. When I wear these arch supports from the Good Feet store and I go out and play golf, or I'm walking around theme parks with the kids, or, some days like you're busy, right? I mean, it could just be around the house. There were some days over the weekend where I'm just running errands around the house. I'm logging 12,000 steps. You go to bed, you wake up the next day, you're like, what did I even do yesterday? And you're in pain. Your knees hurt, your ankles hurt, your feet hurt, your hips hurt, your back hurts. Well, with the Good Feet store arch supports, all that pain will melt away. Get to the Good Feet store. They got 200 plus locations, US and overseas, 30 plus years of experience. Goodfeet.com for more information or to book your appointment today. And coming up next, we're joined by our betting analyst, Jared Smith, Fox Sports Radio countdown to kickoff, FSR lead betting analyst. Get you set for your NFL weekend next.
This update is presented by the Jim Betrell Real Estate Team. We'll begin here by letting you know to go give us a follow on social media at Big Rich TD Fletch on TikTok, Instagram, and X. Also at Real Travis Dale, at Ornberger, at Fletch Sports on all of the different platforms. We got content going up every single day, and it's good stuff. Yesterday, CMOS Challenge. Gross! Starting off here in the NFL. Last night, the Detroit Lions stomped the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. Final score 34-20. Lions running back David Montgomery rushed in 3 touchdowns for the win. Coming up this weekend in the NFL, Falcons and Jags get Sunday started early with a 6:30 a.m. kickoff from London. We got battles, divisional battles, AFC North, Ravens and Browns, AFC West, Chargers and Raiders, Patriots taking on the Cowboys. Game of the weekend by far, Dolphins, Bills in Buffalo. College football, Aztecs heading to Colorado Springs for a Mountain West matchup with the Air Force. Our pregame coverage gets underway live from AleSmith Brewing in Miramar at 3 o'clock. Kickoff will be at 5 right here on San Diego Sports 760 and the free iHeartRadio app. Would you like to know what your home would sell for today? Get a simple text message with your home's value by texting your address to 855-600-6000. You'll get no phone call, just a text. Jim Betrell has the buyers. Simply text your address to 855-600-6000.
Big Rich, TD and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760. I would say coming up this hour, we're going to do this $30 gift card to Prince Street Pizza to celebrate San Diego Restaurant Week. It's going on now through Sunday with over 100 of San Diego's finest dining establishments, a diverse range of cuisines from farm to table to international flavors, multi-course menus starting at just $20. And you can visit San Diego restaurantweek.com for details. We also have Guns N' Roses tickets, which will be coming up a little bit later on the show. They're going to be out at Snapdragon Stadium this Sunday. You can try to go to Ticketmaster.com for tickets. It is currently sold out. I mean, there are occasions where they will release blocks of tickets, so just keep checking or keep it locked in here because we will be giving away a pair shortly.
Yeah. We got that $30 gift card to Prince Street Pizza and those Guns N' Roses tickets.
And it's a Bar Cart Friday.
Oh, my goodness.
God.
It's a Bar Cart Friday. Yeah, we are pumped to welcome in Eden Hill. We're going to have a couple of gin cocktails today. We haven't had a lot of gin on a Bar Cart Friday.
I think only one other time.
It's really good, though.
I love gin.
Yeah, dude, I wasn't a gin drinker until my adult years, into my 30s, I don't think, maybe late 20s. But yeah, we've discovered a couple of drinks we like. One of them is called a Chupacabra.
Yeah.
Chupacabra. Anyways, Jared Smith, lead betting analyst, Fox Sports Radio. You can hear him every single day, or excuse me, every single Saturday on Countdown to Kickoff. He joins me and Brian Noe, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. On the West Coast. He'll be joining us in just a few minutes. But first, let's get to this. Okay, so the Swiftie movement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Swift at the Chiefs games last week. The NFL is really leaning into this. The Chiefs are really leaning into this. If you look at social media, it's all about Travis Kelce as far as the league is concerned. They've forgotten about all the other storylines, and they're just like, look, we got to strike while the iron's hot because she's had a lot of bad breakups, and they've happened pretty quick sometimes. So we got to get while the getting's good. But there's a lot of people now who suspect that the NFL, that Travis Kelce, that Taylor Swift are all in on this together. There are conspiracy theories floating around that this is, well, Ben's one of the tinfoil hat guys.
Mm-hmm. I don't buy into that.
This isn't that much of a tinfoil hat thing. It makes too much sense.
You don't believe in
You
love?
know how many
come
millions
on.
have been generated just by Taylor Swift being at things?
So they had to start setting this up months ago?
Yeah. Or no, I think that the initial
No.
reaction to this, the Travis Kelce, the bracelet thing, that was all probably real. And that was just him trying to do an off-season thing that's funny. But now, come on.
Did you get all
Yeah,
choked up?
No, I did
You're
have a little
sad?
something in my throat.
No.
But now it's just a little much.
I think it's a little much. I think we're going overboard with it. I mean, I do think that there are a lot of Taylor Swift fans that are driving this, and the NFL, I'm sure, likes it a lot. But I believe it's a love story.
Can I tell you
And
why I'm
maybe
so
just say
suspicious?
yes. Just say yes.
I hate that. I'll tell you why I'm so suspicious. Our TikTok account, we do pretty well. You know, we do
Okay.
Okay.
We've
Yeah.
had a couple videos go viral. We've
Yeah.
The Craig Robinson interview did really well. That's up around 800,000 views. The best bracket ever has millions and millions of views. Most of our posts get in the 1,500 to 6,000 range.
Okay.
Taylor Swift, we talk about her for 30 seconds on the show. I post a clip, It has 200,000 views.
Well, it goes to show you.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's everywhere she goes. There's glitter on the floor after the party. I think we all can agree with that. Look, I'm not a Swiftie. I know a lot of her songs. I listen to her music and I recognize it's good music. It's very pop music, but it's she's talented and she's an unbelievable stage act. She is the biggest performer maybe in the world right now. And she's linked up with one of the most notable and likable people in the NFL. Maybe you could say the most eligible bachelor of the NFL, tight end Travis Kelce. But this is, I'm not saying it's scripted, but if you could write a script, if you could say, okay, how can we make the NFL even bigger? How can we gather even more fans? How can we get even more people interested in this damn game? How do we do it? Well, you welcome in now the 18 to 25 female crowd because you got Taylor Swift interested.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you have now found a way to capture an audience that you could never capture before.
And you're saying this isn't scripted?
I think it's just luck.
This isn't a hoax?
I think it's
the
just
NFL
luck.
doesn't get lucky. The NFL meticulously plans every single thing they do. It is a money-making machine. They didn't need Taylor Swift, but they're greedy. They wanted Taylor Swift, and by golly, they got her.
So they were already, Travis Kelce's
Oh my
already
gosh.
popular.
Oh
Why
my
would
gosh.
they go to Travis Kelce to say, make this happen?
Travis Kelce has gained 1.3 million followers after Taylor Swift attends a Chief game. How about this? Taylor, this is from a different website 2 days ago. That last headline, that's 21 hours ago, so a day ago. This one's from 2 days ago. Travis Kelce's Instagram following skyrockets by 276%. Jersey sales spike 400% over the past week.
Well, check this out. Check this out. There is a Taylor Swift effect because now people are buying Jets tickets. People are buying Jets tickets.
Okay. Listen, all of a
to
sudden,
get a glimpse of
hang
her
on,
in
hang
a
on
box.
All of a sudden,
like,
I'm starting to. I'm now.
thank you.
Now I'm
Come on.
It's like
Come on over.
I'm Team Fletch. All of a sudden, I'm Team Fletch
Because of the Jets
I mean, how can you buy tickets to the Jets? The Jets stink. If you're a self-respecting,
they don't care about the Jets. They don't care. They just care to see Taylor Swift looking at Travis Kelce on the field.
check this out. Check this out. She will join Usher at halftime of the Super Bowl.
Oh, no way.
Check-
No way.
There's no doubt in my
way.
mind. You are going to have a cameo by Taylor Swift because all of a sudden she's cozying up to the belly of the beast. She's warm under that wing of the NFL. She said no to doing the halftime show, but she will make a cameo.
Can I
Mark
tell
my
you-
words.
Another thing I wouldn't be surprised at all if this week at MetLife Stadium, Roger Goodell happens to be in that box also
Yeah.
with Travis Kelce's mom,
Yeah.
with Taylor Swift being, the newest, biggest fan of our football here.
I don't buy that they wrote this. I don't buy
I don't know if they wrote it.
I think that they
I think
just
they're pushing it
stumbled
now.
into it. Better to be lucky than good. And that's where they're at
It's
right
a
here.
hoax.
Dude, it's wild.
love.
You are going to. I agree
is
with
not
you.
love.
Okay, so MetLife
love.
Stadium, it is down the road, just on the other side of the river, New Jersey, right? Roger Goodell has his office in New York, league office out there in New York. You know he's going to be at this Jets game. This is going to be the biggest rated game, even though the Bills game is way better. The
And
Bills-
it's a standalone game. Last week's Chiefs game was during that block of games, and they still got 25 million viewers.
Sunday Night Football, Jets hosting the Chiefs, Taylor Swift in the building, Roger Goodell will be there, and there will be a photo op. He will make sure the commissioner of the NFL, you bet your ass he's going to stop by the suite. He's going to not going to do it, be like, Taylor, can I come in?
No. He'll act like he doesn't know she's there. It'll just be, yeah, I'm just checking in, making sure you guys got plenty of hot. Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift?
Well, unbelievable.
I'll be darned. Us at the same place at the same time. Care for some M&Ms?
And then he
the
just
draft?
counts.
He just kept pounding M&Ms
And
during
then,
the
he,
pandemic.
and then he just counts the millions and millions of dollars that she has made for the NFL
Um,
already this year.
I missed the pandemic.
Really quick, because that game is going to be lit AF because of what's going on in the stands.
He just said lit AF.
He did.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
he's a
listen,
Swiftie.
I mean, I am a Swiftie. But the game that really is going to be lighting up the scoreboard is this Dolphins Bills game in Western New York.
What if it's like a 14-7 game?
Is it possible for them to repeat that performance? Like, is it possible for the Dolphins' firepower to continue on this warpath? I doubt it, because Sean McDermott, pretty good defensive-minded coach. That defense with the Bills, pretty darn good. But there's this part of me that's like, well, if anybody can do it with all the weapons they have around Miami, is this going to be one of those games where we say, wow, what we saw in Denver is not a standalone performance? Like, they can hang with anybody.
Travis, I'll let you answer this, because not every team is the Denver Broncos. Not every team is that god awful.
No, but I don't think it was just about being awful. I mean, I think that was a large part of 10 touchdowns that were given up that game. However, this Miami offense is fast, man, and it's hard to keep up with. So there's going to be a lot of teams just struggling to make it happen. They've got weapons on both sides of the field. They're the real deal. If Tua stays healthy, if they all stay healthy, they're the real deal.
They get Jalen Waddle back this week, by the way.
Which is insane. It's absolutely insane, because with Waddle there, I looked at them of like, you know what? They're kind of a three-legged stool. If one of these legs breaks, the thing's going to fall down. No, it wasn't that way. Waddle was out. They were still hot, and they were still fast. And when they want to score, they can score, and they can score real quick on you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if this comes down to a tight game like we saw with the Chargers, they could move the ball down the field in a minute and literally put points on the board.
4 track stars on this team. 2 of them are running backs. 2 of them are wide receivers. Devontae Achane.
Yep. Oh, no, Devon Achane.
Devon Achane,
Yep.
Raheem Mostert, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, all of them some of the fastest in the combine at their position.
Mostert says he's the fastest guy on the team.
They all say they're the fastest guy on the team. That's the funny part about it.
Well,
They've all been interviewed separately this year, and every single one of them have said, I'm the fastest person on the team.
What's crazy is Achane was a track star, multi-sport star at Texas A&M. I forget what he might be 200 meter. You saw Tyreek Hill, like, I think he broke records he broke records in high school.
And then off-season NFL, last year he went and competed in some track events.
Yeah, at Oklahoma State, he was like a great runner. So or sprinter. It's one of those situations where if you're any team right now, what you have to do is just look at what the Patriots did and try to replicate it, because they came up with a game plan. Waddle was still healthy. They locked down Tyreek Hill. They kept the game close. And if you have anything better than Mac Jones and that Patriots offense going against them, you have a chance to win. Other than that, kiss your ass goodbye, because the Miami Dolphins are the scariest team in football right now.
Yeah,
really the scariest team in football. All right, coming up next, we got to do some giveaways here, right? We have 2 great giveaways. We have the Guns N' Roses tickets. We have the $30 gift card to Prince Street Pizza. So one of those 2 prizes will be given away coming up next. Guns N' Roses tickets, Prince Street Pizza gift card. One of those two prizes available in 2 minutes. Big Rich, CD, and Fletch with you. If you're not listening to us on the free iHeartRadio app, or if you haven't downloaded it yet, you should, because it's awesome. It's the way I start every morning. The three of us, we usually are texting about stuff that's going on with Two Pros and a Cup of Joe. That is the show that precedes ours when we flip over from Fox Sports Radio to local programming and we jump on the air. Great way to start your day. Download the free iHeartRadio app today. We have Prince Street Pizza gift card for $30 to celebrate San Diego Restaurant Week. We're going to give that away in 3 minutes. So don't call right now. But at 7:51, start dialing our number, 844-570-1360. If you call right at 7:51 and you're caller number 4, you are going to win that $30 gift card, and you're going to have a nice pizza night with the fam. Okay. So, lot to get to here, and plenty of NFL action coming up, but I want to just take a quick respite and discuss some college football action happening at Air Force. We've got the Falcons hosting our San Diego State Aztecs. You're going to hear that game call live on our airwaves. Just really quick about this game. Air Force undefeated, really significant running threat. San Diego State struggled stopping the run against Boise State a week ago. More than a week ago, they had the extra day to prepare because it was a Friday night game over at Snapdragon against the Boise State Broncos. Feelings heading into this weekend?
I really loved your interview with Brady Hoke for the Brady Hoke Coaches Show, the hour on Wednesday nights that you guys do. And I thought it was really telling what he thinks about the triple option offense and the history of it and the Rocky Long of it, who used to be a triple option quarterback. And that's why San Diego State has always played so well against the triple option. The 3-3-5 defense is the best defense against a triple option. But this Aztecs team, it does not matter if it's the perfect scheme. It doesn't matter if it's the perfect option to take away the triple option. What matters is your ability to tackle. And last week, that was the biggest defect in this Aztecs defense, was tackling Ashton Janty, who ran for over 200 yards on them from Boise State. So if the Aztecs can tackle, this will be a game. If the Aztecs have a similar performance that they had against Boise State, Air Force will run for over 400 yards on them.
Oof. Yeah, that would not be good. I mean, this is going to be a test, right? They're all a test, but this is going to be one that they're going to need to get right, especially when they're staring down a Fresno State team that has all these same weapons and just a little bit better. So it's to me, I feel like this is a good run, a good starting point here to try to get the team better.
Just a couple of NFL storylines that were bouncing around this morning. Dan Campbell and the Lions, they get the win over the Packers at Lambeau. He gets to the podium and he's lauding the players as if he has nothing to do with it whatsoever. Jared Goff got on the dais with the rest of the Amazon Prime commentators and actually started taking shots at people because I forget who it said. It was either
Fitzpatrick.
It was Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick called. Okay, Ryan Fitzpatrick, fun guy, long career in the NFL, super smart analyst. He was never like a Pro Bowl quarterback. He was a backup for the majority of his career. Had some spot starts, had some season starts at times. But
Fitzmagic
called out Jared Goff and said, look, Jared Goff is a poor man's Matt Ryan. And so Jared joined the broadcast. It was like, yeah, I don't think I'm a poor man's anything. So there's that.
Breaking news.
Call for pizza.
It's 7:51.
I was like, Dianne Feinstein.
yeah, which by the way, the senator up in the Bay Area, Dianne Feinstein, she has passed away at 90. So the nation bids farewell to the longest running senator in California history. So I don't know what happens next. I really don't. I'm not a political guy, but that was the breaking news out of over at our sister station at Kogo.
Yeah, I think our governor has to now appoint a new senator.
That's how it works?
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
I thought like through some trickle down effect, it would be Tony Kanja,
Yes,
owner operator
that's
of
correct.
Keg and Bottle. He would be the new senator.
Oh, that's not, yeah.
Tony just walked up to the bike. He's like, "You do not want that happening."
His wife is a politician. I don't think that mic is potted up yet over there. Was
That's
has
okay.
been as getting our winner for pizza.
All right. Okay. But Dan Campbell lauding his team. He was talking about
what's happening.
he was talking about how he takes none of the credit, but Jared Goff gave him a lot of credit. He was like, "Hey, look," he was like, everybody looks at him as being like this brute, this meathead. He was like, he's one of the more brilliant coaches I've ever worked with. He knows a lot about the nuance of football and has really helped me in my career. And as a result, the Lions are really looking good right now, especially after that win on Thursday Night Football as the road team against the Packers, a house of horrors typically for Lions teams of the past. Okay, speaking of the road, I hit the road this morning in my 4Runner. It's a car that my family has owned now for 6 years. It's been the most reliable automobile I've ever owned. Doesn't break down. I think the only thing I've replaced on it was one headlight, and it may or may not have been my fault. But the point is, this car is super reliable. You put some gas in it, you change its oil, it's going to stay on the road forever. At least that's what it feels like to me, right? Also, I get the opportunity to drive around in a little electric vehicle from Toyota. My mother-in-law owns a Prius, so every time I'm up in LA and I got an errand to run, I'm driving around in that car, just zips around, really fun. And they've got a huge line of electrified vehicles over at Toyota. And your San Diego County Toyota dealers are the people you want to talk to. So if you're shopping for a car, if you're shopping for an SUV, if you're driving around and you're like, this truck is getting old and I just need a new one. I love the Tundra. Ben's got the Tacoma. That is an awesome drive too. The day he got it, we all piled in and went to a diner for breakfast. I mean, roomy, right? I mean, we're three big guys, and that was before the diet, and I fit easily in the back seat. So again, get to your San Diego County Toyota dealers. If you're interested in going green, get to the Toyota's Beyond Zero lineup of vehicles. Those are the electric cars I was just talking about. Toyota, we make it easy. And so does Tony Kanja on a Bar Cart Friday, brought to you by Keg and Bottle.
Yeah.
We got Eden Mill Gin out from St. Andrews in studio with us coming up in just a few minutes. Stick around.
Hour number 3, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Bar Cart Friday, just around the corner. This update presented by the Jim Betrell Real Estate Team. Starting off in the NFL, last night, the Detroit Lions stomped the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau. Final score 34-20. Lions running back David Montgomery, fantasy god of the night, 3 touchdowns in the win on the ground. Coming up this weekend in the NFL, Falcons and Jags get Sunday started early with a 6:30 a.m. kickoff from London. Then we got some big game stateside divisional rivalries. AFC North, Ravens, Browns. AFC West, Chargers, Raiders, Patriots taking on the Cowboys. Game of the weekend, Dolphins, Bills in Buffalo. College football, Aztecs heading to Colorado Springs for a Mountain West matchup with the Air Force. Our pregame coverage gets underway live from AleSmith Brewing in Miramar at 3 o'clock. Kickoff will be at 5 right here on San Diego Sports 760 and the free iHeartRadio app. Would you like to know what your home would sell for today? Get a simple text message with your home's value by texting your address to 855-600-6000. You'll get no phone call, just a text. Simply text your address to 855-600-6000.
Yeah! Woo! Happy Friday to those who celebrate. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with you, partnering with Keg and Bottle for this hour of broadcast. 10 locations around San Diego. So if you're stocking up on wine, liquor, especially gin, beer this weekend, you're going to need to get over to Keg and Bottle. And if you're going to be drinking gin, you should probably drink Eden Mill Gin. And joining us in studio today is Everett Diem. Everett, how you doing this morning?
Very good. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good morning too.
Oh,
So you
gosh.
bring in 2 different bottles of gin. You got, your classic juniper forward botanical gin, the golf gin, and then you
spot
bring
on.
in this love gin, which is pink in hue, as I would like to say. It's like
Right.
just the bottles. So it says St. Andrews. We'll get into all the reasons why, but the bottles are. I'm a sucker. So when I walk into any
the same thing. I do the exact same thing.
any wine store, any liquor that I'm purchasing, if I'm looking for something new, I am enticed by labeling. I'm enticed by a pretty bottle. Like, I just want to bring something home that if it sucks, at least it's in a cool bottle.
Yeah, right.
We've been
exactly.
told by Tony Kanja that this is not only just a pretty face, it's got substance.
Yeah, the juice smacks. It's good stuff.
The juice smack. Look, it's got a good nose.
Hell
on
of a
it.
nose.
Yeah, it's got a hell of a nose.
So what are we trying? Is this
this
the golf gin or
this
the
is the love.
the
This is the
love?
love gin.
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
the way you want to
Originally-
start your day? A little love.
Created for Valentine's Day, and then it was so popular that we kept it as an all year-round SKU.
So what makes it the love gin?
Well, Trav,
When 2 gins get together.
Yeah.
Let's say one gin is Travis Kelce, and then there's another gin, Taylor Swift.
I love it. You got
So
a
great
big game in
analogy.
New York, but
So yeah, notes of hibiscus, rose petals, raspberry, goji berries, a little hint of vanilla. I mean, if that doesn't say love right there.
yeah, no doubt. Okay, a little sip of this.
yeah, why not? Mm-mm. Oh
that
my
is so
gosh.
smooth.
Oh my gosh,
It's dangerous.
that is.
That's the right
amazing.
word for it.
Okay,
Okay, so
it's a good start.
I admitted this last hour, and it's true. So I'm not. I wouldn't classify myself as a gin drinker, right? For years, I stayed away from the stuff. One bad experience way back in the day, and I was just like, nope, not for me, never again. I would smell it, and I would get the. But in my late 20s, so this is probably like 5 years ago, it was right before the pandemic, somebody introduced me to a drink called a chupacabra, which it almost feels like a drink that should have gin or should have tequila in it, but instead it's gin. And I drank this thing all summer long. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm now a gin guy. So the golf gin actually, I'm guessing would be the gin that I should use for that one. But this opens up doors to all sorts of possibilities. You can make like some of those more fruit forward morning or afternoon sippers with this love gin.
Yep.
This is
Yeah,
great
just
stuff.
wait till you try that in the cocktail that I'm going to make in a few minutes.
Okay, the love
Unreal.
gin, the love
Yeah.
gin spritz.
Yep.
Sweet.
I like the
Oh,
sound of
yeah.
that.
It's funny you mentioned the chupacabra in kind of like a tequila style cocktail.
Yeah.
I just tried the golf gin in a spicy margarita concept.
Go on.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
Phenomenal. Blew my mind.
This chupacabra, I mean, it's like, I don't know, it's a bunch of, it's like lemon lime juice, both of them.
Mhm.
You put in some agave nectar, you smash up, you muddle like some sort of hot pepper, like a jalapeno, something like
Perfect.
that, right?
Yep.
And then you just add the gin. You mix this thing up. It's like, I mean, it's heavenly. And so, anyways, I've gotten back into it, and I'm really happy that you're here today because I think I need to expand my palate a little bit further. By the way, for anybody listening, we've got Guns N' Roses tickets.
Right.
We got Guns N' Roses tickets coming up in just about 6 minutes.
Right.
So if you're interested in seeing a sold out show on this Sunday at Snapdragon Stadium, I would suggest you keep listening. We
Right.
play a little game called Tailgate Trivia on this show.
Everett, are you a big Guns N' Roses fan?
Oh, baby. Give me those tickets,
Okay.
please.
Well, we know what we're going to do is we're going to give you some questions.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't mention that, did I?
Are you a sports fan at all?
Yes, but if this is going to lead to a pop quiz.
No. It absolutely is. But I mean, like this, there's a very golfy background here with
It's a
the.
trap.
No. What teams do you watch? Any in particular?
Oh, God. I can't bring up the Chargers.
No, you can if you still watch them.
Padres all
You're
day.
Padres,
yeah.
I'm hooked.
Yeah, man.
Rough season. You know what? We got to where we did.
Listen to this though.
It's not over.
Hang on.
Yeah.
We have a chance.
Listen to this. Tony, thank you.
Yeah.
Tony, Everett, guys, if all the Padres have to do is win the next 3 games. The Marlins and the Cubs need to lose all the rest of their games, and the Reds need to lose 2 of their next 3, and we're in.
And we're in.
And then
It's
we're
a
in.
piece of
Told you
cake.
there's a chance.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, the Marlins then have to replay the Mets if all that happens, and
It's fine.
they have to
Just-
lose.
Just one inning.
With one inning.
It's fun.
No big deal.
I'm sure all of this will happen, and then we're gonna be at Tony's suite at Petco Park.
Yeah,
We're in.
for sure.
I've got season tickets. We're there, guys. Let's go.
Yes.
So Everett, less depressing things. You're a big golf guy,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Golf is where our brand centers around.
and that's the St. Andrews, obviously the old course. But
Yes,
right
sir.
now the Ryder Cup
The
is
Ryder
happening.
Cup.
Are you Team Europe if you're a St. Andrews drink?
Well, it's interesting. I was actually at the Walker Cup, and the U.S. took that one, so that was exciting. But the Ryder Cup, I've been following it a little. We'll see what happens. No, I'm going U.S. baby. Come on.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Team Europe kicked our
Yeah.
ass this morning, by the way.
Good.
Oh, they
no.
did?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in
I don't like the sound
Rome.
of that.
It's in Italy this year.
It's
like
in,
the
yeah.
sound of that.
Italy.
I think you know where it's going to be next year or next Ryder
years.
Cup. It's going to be at. I think it's going to be at the Bethpage Black.
Oh, that's badass.
I think it's going to be back in the state. I think I was looking up Ryder
I
Cup.
mean, not to totally derail us, but the course in Rome they're playing is maybe the most gorgeous golf course on the planet
Wow.
outside of St. Andrews.
Yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, you want to talk bucket list stuff? St. Andrews, the whole course. If I could ever get out there and play that course, I
You
mean,
would never get out of the bunkers.
dude, just I mean,
Right?
bury me in one of the bunkers. I don't care. That's it. That's a life well lived.
They're
So
dungeons.
What
It's
is?
unbelievable.
Oh, dude, yeah. You getting those pop
Yeah.
bunkers next to the green? I mean, you're hitting over a 6-foot, 7-foot cliff.
10 foot, 12 foot. Like they're huge.
Yeah.
How did that course? How did that name end up on this bottle?
So since we were just on bunkers, crazy story about the bunkers. So it's so windy out there that the sheep that used to graze the course
Yeah.
dug into the grass to get out of the wind. That's where bunkers were invented on the old course.
No.
Wow,
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah.
What?
The wind that comes in off the water there is pretty intense.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So golf, obviously born in Scotland.
Mhm.
It was just played on grass, but then all of a sudden, because sheep were digging bunkers,
Yeah.
they changed
To
the
get-
rules of the
to
game.
get out of the wind.
And then
yeah.
some
No.
masochist, how do you say that word?
Masochist.
Masochist Scottish dude was like, "Oh, leave him here."
yeah, yeah.
No, we're good. We're good. Don't fill those in.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes
We're
it
gonna
harder.
Fill that in again.
Rich brought up the bottles of how beautiful they are, how cool they look, and they have ridges
Yeah.
or dimples all over them. And as we were like, oh my gosh, these bottles are beautiful, you went, yeah, they're supposed to look like a golf ball.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's about. right there.
magnificent.
Isn't that great?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, I taste the vanilla and the love gin.
A little bit, right?
I don't know why vanilla is such an important flavor to me in terms of spirits, but when I taste a little hint of vanilla, like whether it's bourbon or it's a tequila, even I know they say you're not supposed to taste it in tequila sometimes, but I don't care. I like it,
Yeah.
and I love it in this love gin. It's really, really good stuff.
Thank you.
So we are making this love gin spritz here.
Now,
right?
is Love Gin confirmed to make babies?
Yes. Yeah.
Damn right.
Oh,
Only
Also-
on Fridays.
Are you a Kiss fan?
Yes.
Everett,
I haven't seen them live, which I really regret.
Oh, come on
I
now.
know.
So because you got Love Gun, you got Cold Gin.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Love gun, cold gin.
Yeah.
Love gin,
Love
kiss.
Gin, kiss.
Oh my God.
You should do a kiss, like commemotive
Yeah,
bottle for
yeah.
something.
Can you just
Listen, I'll
imagine?
make some phone calls.
We got a Gordon Ramsay bottle. We're working on it.
Wait, you whoa, what? You have a Gordon Ramsay
Yeah,
bottle?
in the UK only right now. But,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
So Gordon Ramsay is a fan of Eden Mill.
He's got his own bottle.
Is
Does,
it the idiot sandwich bottle?
is
love
it
it.
served at Hell's Kitchen?
Yeah, I mean, not in the U.S. No.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, coming to a restaurant near you
Right.
soon. Looking forward to that. Okay. So waiting for this Love Gin Spritz. And while
Okay.
we're waiting, how about we do this? 844-570-1360. Again, we play a little game called Tailgate Trivia every single Friday, along with our Bar Car Fridays brought to you by Keg and Bottle. And this one, you're going to get a little help for our new friend, Everett. Okay. So 844-570-1360 is the number to call if you want to go to see Guns N' Roses at Snapdragon Stadium, a sold-out show this Sunday. Your last opportunity to win tickets on this station. Call right now. We'll do that in a moment.
Are we gonna need 2 callers on this? Let's pick a horse. No? Huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay, check it out.
I don't really get it.
We get 2 callers. One caller, whichever the first caller is, picks whichever their horse is. It's either Tony or Everett to answer Guns N'
Oh,
Roses
boy.
questions. Okay.
Throwing
The
me under
second
the
caller gets
Trying to
the
ruin our
other
friendship.
horse, and then whoever wins gets the tickets.
Okay. Well, what happens if it's a tie? What if they just pick the same answers every time?
They can't. We go back and forth.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
one
get what you're
question here,
saying.
one question
I
there.
get what you're
Whoever
saying.
gets 3 questions right first, that's the winner.
I like this idea.
Okay, glad we flushed this out on the air.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
Ben,
okay.
get 2
Look at
callers.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I may have confused things.
That's no.
Okay,
I like
we're-
that. I like when we do things
we're-
spontaneously. All right, so we have Jeremy and
And
Josiah
Okay,
joining us on
who's
the
caller
line.
number 1 here?
Yeah, let's go to Jeremy.
Okay, we got
first.
Jeremy. Jeremy is caller number 1. Jeremy, how are you, buddy?
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Yo. Hey, check it out. So we're doing tailgate trivia a little different this week. We're going to have you pick your horse, and then, oh, no, wait.
Jeremy,
we
call
lost
back.
Jeremy.
Jeremy's
Okay,
got a call.
there he
back.
is, there he is,
Okay,
there
he
he is.
goes. Yeah. Get Jeremy.
Okay, Jeremy.
Hey,
Now we got you again.
Sorry.
No. All good. So we're doing tailgate trivia a little bit different this week. We're going to have you pick a horse. Would you like to pick Tony Kanja from Keg and Bottle, or would you like Everett Diem from Eden Mill? Who do you think can answer these Guns N' Roses questions better?
All right. You know, I got to meet Tony last week, so I'm going to go with my boy Tony. Come on, Tony.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
guys. So
Wow.
Tony
Lot of faith.
Kanja,
lot of faith.
Tony Kanja will be representing Jeremy. Now, also on the line, Josiah. Josiah, you are going to get Everett here from Eden Mill. Now, whoever answers 3 of these Guns N' Roses tickets correctly first, that's who's going to get the tickets.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
and does this sound correct?
No, that sounds perfect.
Okay.
Let's do it.
It's Friday. And if you ain't grilling, you ain't living. Let's do a little Friday tailgate trivia with Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
Is Tony Kanja trying to come over here and look at the questions right now?
He's trying to cheat.
He
Which,
just-
by the way,
he just leaned over.
as a former New England Patriot, I fully support that decision by Tony Kanja. It is fine, guys.
Yes.
Belichick is about to snipe your ass.
Okay. Yeah, I might not make it through the rest of the show. So I'm going to have a sip of my Love Gin Spritz as a
Yeah,
result. Hang on,
yeah,
before
yeah.
we get started,
Okay,
let's just take one sip.
okay.
Hang on. Okay, run out to the store
Okay.
and get Eden Mill Gin. Do it right now.
Hold on. Yes. Okay, after tailgate trivia, we need to know how that's made so
Okay.
we can duplicate that when we get home.
Where you stand by.
Is there champagne in that? God, that's good.
Splash of Prosecco.
Okay, a little
Okay.
Prosecco. Because we're fancy this
Yes,
morning,
we
boys.
are. Look at these glasses.
Dude, I
brunch?
think this
Okay.
is, yeah. Are we brunching? Do we need egg McMuffins? All right, we're on a diet. Look,
Oh, yeah,
all right,
yeah.
back to the game. Back
It's
to the
fine.
game.
It's fine.
So Jeremy facing Josiah. Jeremy, you chose Tony Kanja. Josiah, you have Everett. We have Guns N' Roses questions to answer,
Mhm.
and away we go.
Question number 1 will go to Tony since he was first picked. Tony Kanja, Keg and Bottle. What year was Guns N' Roses officially formed? A, 1983 or B, 1987?
83.
Okay.
Wow.
Ding, ding, ding.
Wow.
Yeah.
He
Nicely
didn't even
done.
hesitate.
Okay.
Jeremy, you're up 1-0 right now, but Josiah, you have your buddy Everett playing on your behalf.
Yeah.
So we
Let's
move
go.
on to question number 2. What is Guns N' Roses' best-selling album, Everett? Is it A, Appetite for Destruction, B, Use Your Illusion?
Oh, I'm gonna go with B. Use Your Illusion.
That is
incorrect.
That is
Incorrect.
incorrect.
Yeah, Tony,
oh my goodness.
Tony up 1-0 here. Jeremy, you have an early lead. This question now goes to Tony Kanja. Tony, what GNR song are these lyrics from? The show usually starts around 7. We go on stage around 9. Get on the bus about 11. Sipping and drinking, feeling fine. Is it A, Mr. Brownstone, or B, My Michelle?
B, My Michelle.
Oh, incorrect.
Okay.
We've been dancing with
I got a chance.
Mr. Brownstone.
I'm still in this.
Song about cocaine.
Yeah, just a little bit of the Colombian Bam Bam to get your morning started. A little bit of the South Beach Bunkers. Okay, a little bit of the Book Sugar.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
look, the point is, right now we have a tie ball game. Is that where?
Almost.
Tony's up 1-0.
Tony's up 1-0.
Yeah.
Tony's up 1-0. I'm sorry.
This could be the tie here if
Yep.
Everett gets this one right.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. Am I reading it?
Yeah.
No, I can read it. Yes. Here
Sorry,
we go.
because I forgot.
Slash auditioned to be the guitarist for what band? What band did he not get the job for? I wrote that incomplete. The good thing he didn't read that one.
Yeah, thank God.
Is it A, Motley Crue, or B, Poison?
B, Poison.
You did it.
Wow.
You did it. You nailed it.
Okay.
Nicely
Damn
done.
it.
Okay,
Okay,
it's all
he's on.
knotted up now. Tony Kanja, this question goes to you. Axl once declared that he wanted a statement written on his coffin. What was that statement? Is it A, live fast, die hard, or B, sorry I'm late?
Nope. A.
Oh, incorrect. Wow.
Axl Rose, famous for being late to his own shows and
Wow.
worried about being late for his own death.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay,
That's
we move
correct.
on to this. So right now we have a tie ball game.
That's right.
It's one Team Tony with Jeremy. It's one Josiah and Everett. And so are we getting to the tiebreaker round here? It feels like we are.
Yeah, should we just do that? The tiebreaker round. Whoever gets the next question right.
Done.
Well, wait, hold on. We have to even it out first.
Yeah.
So first we have this question, then tiebreaker
Okay,
round.
fine.
Okay.
Now, is this for all the marbles?
No. This is oh, wait, would it be?
It would be.
No, it's tied 1-1.
No, it's tied 1-1.
Right,
You're
so
Oh
if
yeah,
it's
this
in
would
right.
be.
Oh my gosh,
this would
this
be
would
for
be
all the
for all the
marbles.
marbles.
This is all on you.
Thank you, Ben, for
Everett.
math.
Wow.
This is
So
why
if
you're here,
Everett
Ben.
gets this right, Josiah wins the Guns N' Roses ticket. They're going to be at Snapdragon Stadium this Sunday.
This gin has gotten to my
Yeah.
head.
I mean, I'm happy about it.
42%.
Everett.
Yeah,
Is
buddy.
it really?
Yeah.
I'm so happy right
I
now.
love it.
Tony,
We can talk
thank
about
you.
the gin after. Let's go.
Sorry. Everett. The longest song recorded by Guns N' Roses is A, November Rain, or B, Coma.
A, November Rain.
Incorrect.
Tell you what, that is a
Incorrect.
long
I'm like the
song,
Padres,
though.
guys.
Wow. Yeah, still alive, Tony. Still
Yes.
alive. Okay, here we go. Tony Kanja. Which Guns N' Roses member has over 20 snakes as pets? Is it A, Axl, or B, Slash?
It's got to be Axel.
Incorrect.
Wow.
Incorrect.
Wow.
Slash has 20 snakes as pets, over 20 snakes. Started a band called Slash's Snake Pit.
So it
when
comes
when he left.
down
Yeah.
to this.
Mhm,
Okay. Everett for the win.
mhm.
Former Guns N' Roses member Matt Sorum wrote a song that featured which blockbuster movie was it? A, Go-Go Power Rangers from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, or was it Christmas in Hollis from Die Hard? Was it A, from the Power Rangers movie, or B, from the Die Hard movie?
This has got to be a trick question. Let's go with A.
He did it. You picked the right horse, man. Everett gets it. Go-Go Power Rangers from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, written by Matt Sorum from Guns N' Roses. Josiah, you are going to go see Guns N' Roses this Sunday, Snapdragon
Jeremy.
Stadium.
I owe you one, Jeremy.
That's right, man. But congratulations, man. Everybody can go to Ticketmaster.com if they want to try to get tickets, but definitely get information because it is sold out. Congrats, buddy.
Awesome job, Everett. Josiah, hang on the line. We'll get your information for those Guns N' Roses tickets, man. A couple of big shows that we gave away. Ben went to Coldplay last night.
Yeah.
I almost went.
So
Yeah. You
Rick-
Like a
almost
great
went.
show.
Why almost?
What are we doing right now?
Getting ready.
Yeah.
and he had to be here at 5:30.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
5:30, 4:30.
Oh, my bad.
It was
A lot of
It was an awesome show.
yeah, he said
looked
he
great.
walked in here and he was like, that was just nuts. He was like, I'm exhausted and I'm not doing so well.
Dude in front of me was tripping balls and telling everybody that he was tripping balls. It was great.
Wow.
You know what? I'm tripping on this. This Love Gin from Eden Mill, St. Andrews is absolutely awesome. And in this gin spritz that you made for us, how do you make this? Because I might have to replicate this weekend for the wifey.
Totally. So just an ounce and a half of the Love Gin, like an ounce or so of Prosecco, ounce or so of your favorite soda water. We use Fever Tree. Fever
Okay.
Tree is like
Yeah.
one of the top ones out there. So Fever Tree pink grapefruit, squeeze a lime, done.
That's it.
That's it.
Yep.
Man, oh man, oh
Super
man.
simple.
That is good stuff. Hey, so you know what? You mentioned you're a Padres fan. You mentioned you're a reluctant Chargers fan.
Mhm.
Dude, I am too. I played with Keenan Allen. He's still, I mean, he had that monster game
On
against the
fire.
Vikings.
Awesome.
That was crazy. Watching that game, I was proud of him because when I got signed as a free agent in 2013 with the Chargers, he was 2 lockers down from me. He was this quiet kid, out of college, drafted in, I think, the 3rd round. Nobody was really assuming that he'd end up being maybe one day, the way he's compiling stats, a future Hall of Famer. It breaks my heart that the Chargers left because all I want to do is for Keenan to win a Super Bowl. I met Joey Bosa after he got drafted. This is after my time with the Chargers. I started broadcasting. You have ties to this team. Like a lot of people, it's way more deep rooted than just 2013 on. That's when I moved here.
Yeah.
What is it like rooting for them now, right? Because I'm sure you're conflicted, but still, it's cool that they have Justin Herbert. He's pretty good.
So I'm actually born and raised Orange County. Chargers fan from the beginning.
Yeah.
I finally moved to San Diego. And then my heart gets broken.
Wait a second,
It's
so you
your
were-
fault.
Yeah.
they were like, Everett's here? No.
Get the hell out of here.
Too easy.
Hey, Rams, do you guys have an extra
Yeah.
bedroom? Hey, Cronky, can we just crash for a little bit?
That hurts.
No. Listen, it was your fault, but we forgive you. But the Padres, though, talking about tearing hearts out. This team in the preseason was expected to do so much, and now their season hinges on
A lot.
the Reds losing 2, Marlins and Cubs losing out.
Yeah.
Padres winning all 3, and then potentially the Marlins having to replay an inning of baseball on the other side of the weekend in order for them to sneak into the postseason.
I was thinking about this last night, Rich.
Yeah.
We should all start a campaign to hate tweet at Buster Olney,
oh, why?
who jinxed the Padres from the beginning because he said they were going to win the World Series this year.
Well, I mean, Everett,
Well,
as a Padres fan, didn't you feel like they were going to win a World Series this year too? Because that's what I felt.
I mean, hopes were high last year,
Yeah, man.
and there was a lot of expectations this year.
Mhm.
But you know what? They're doing the best they can.
Yeah.
They're a great team.
Yeah.
I mean, that payroll's. out of
You're a really
control.
nice guy.
Yeah, you are.
You are a really nice
I
guy.
mean, it's a
I
heard
would
that
have
before.
said a couple other things.
a great
Well,
team
now's
as
your
far
chance,
as
Tony.
superstars.
Let it rip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
No,
Olympians.
it's
Right.
crazy. It's crazy how stacked they are, right? And you like that. That's the thing. I mean, I don't know if it does affect the local economy because I think Petco Park still the fans still showed up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
It affects the liquor industry. I'll tell you that right now.
oh, it does.
Oh yeah.
I can tell you that right now too.
Wait a second. In a positive or a
Absolutely.
negative way?
In a negative way. When people
We follow the trends of the Padres
No
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and
kidding.
football.
and football.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
when you have a good team you're cheering for, what are you doing? You're getting people together. Hey, let's watch a game. Come over.
Dude, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Oh, wow,
I,
wow.
I figured liquor sales would spike because everybody's
People-
just trying to.
No, that's called
just-
the economy.
No, that's just the players. The players are drinking their sorrows away.
That's right.
Well, and the fans, they're not going for the high-end bottle of Celebration. They're going for the Plandle at the bottom of the shelf just to drink their sorrow.
Did you say the Plandle?
That's exactly what I said.
The
Did I-
what? The plastic
Oh, yeah.
handle?
Country of origin.
yeah. Good. Is that Latin descent?
No, that is
No, it's Italian.
That is
It's
in
Italian.
college. That's all you buy.
Yeah.
yeah. that-
Terminology.
Italians love it.
This
First
is
time someone asked for a plan, I'm like, what?
it's
Am I old?
This is just
What are you talking about?
this is just isopropyl alcohol.
I've got to get
It's
that guy on.
180 proof.
There's a guy that sells me Plandles. I got to get that guy on.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
dude, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
Well,
make Ben drink it.
Well, no, the trick with those is you just got to find the way to mask the flavor. Like
Oh,
unlike this
correct.
gin where you want the gin flavor forward, with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Plandules, you're just doing anything you can. Throw as much Red Bull in there as possible. Throw as
Yeah.
much.
Mama
or Tony
Fletch.
just puts ketchup in there.
Mama Fletch is so
It
happy
works.
she's listening right now.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, yeah. She raised you right. She
That's
raised
right.
you right.
That's
Her,
right.
her, Angela Fletcher, and Keith Fletcher. Proud mama and papa.
So we got the Eden Mill Golf Gin that we're going to be tasting here next. You're also going to make us another cocktail, and I don't have to pour out the rest of this one,
No,
right?
absolutely
Okay, all
not.
right.
got
I would
new
never
ones
do that.
for
Yeah,
you.
come on in. Oh, yeah. Now, so people are now walking by the window. Yeah, head snaps back. They see the bottles. They see the Love Gin spritz, and they're like,
Yeah.
sign me up.
We have Kathy Lloyd and Jake Santos, members of our superb sales team at iHeart. I'm sure more are coming in. This is going to be a big day. Stick around. We got Eden Mill and Tony Kanja and Keg and Bottle in studio. It's a bar card Friday. More next.
We got more Bar Car Friday with Eden Mills coming up next. This update is presented by Mercedes-Benz on a Bar Cart Friday. Starting off here in the NFL, last night the Detroit Lions stomped the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. Final score 34-20. Lions running back David Montgomery carried Travis's fantasy team. Already got a win basically on Thursday night. Attaboy, he had 3 touchdowns. Coming up this weekend in the NFL, Falcons-Jags get Sunday started early with a 6:30 a.m. kickoff from London. Then we got some big games stateside. Lots of divisional rivalry games. Browns, Ravens, Chargers, Raiders, Patriots taking on the Cowboys. The game of the weekend, Dolphins, Bills in Buffalo. In college football, Aztecs heading to Colorado Springs for a Mountain West matchup with the Air Force. Our pregame coverage gets underway live from Ale Smith Brewing in Miramar at 3 o'clock. Kickoff at 5 right here on San Diego Sports 760 and the free iHeartRadio app. From the versatile EQB to the sublime EQS sedan, Mercedes-Benz makes electric extraordinary. The vehicles are all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. The choice is all yours. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQE.
Thank God it's Friday! It's been a long week and the fellas are thirsty.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
It's time to cruise into the weekend. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch present Bar Card Friday. Brought to you by Keg and Bottle.
Yeah, man, it's Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. San Diego Sports 760 rolling through a Bar Card Friday. We got Tony Conja in here from Keg and Bottle. 10 locations all throughout San Diego County. And Eden Mills, St. Andrews, Everett, DM in studio mixing up drinks. We just had the Love Gin Spritz and the Love Gin. Now we're about to taste the Golf Gin Naked.
It's my favorite part of the show is actually getting to taste the spirit before having it in the cocktail.
Right.
As we've done this more and more, look, we are still just Neanderthals.
Right.
But we've learned a little bit about each spirit, and you get to really understand how it interplays with the cocktails that are being made. And this spritz is so simple that we just tried with the Love Gin. I can't wait to see what you got with this Golf Gin. Do you want to take a quick little sip of the snifter here?
You know what we've become, Rich? We've become an inch deep and a mile wide.
Yeah.
And I think that's the place we need to live.
Yeah, I mean, because that's as far as we can go.
Yeah, I'm a puddle that spans across the greater swath of San Diego.
Yes. Oh gosh, I like it when
guys mind to be blown.
Yeah.
Wait,
Put
get
that microphone right
next to your mouth.
There you
yeah.
go.
Mind blown.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Botanicals from this gin are sourced around the Old Course in St. Andrews, Scotland. So you're about to
What?
taste the Old Course.
Oh,
in your mouth.
No way.
I've always wanted to eat the old course.
Yeah.
Wait a
Also,
sec-
wait, is Jim Sheen outside the studio right now?
Oh, yeah, he's hiding.
Get
in
in here. Oh, yeah, there he is.
What's up, Jimbo? You're already in your golf attire. You look good, my
hang
He's
man.
about to get on a
Jim-
plane to St.
Jim
Andrews.
Sheen, you need to get on this microphone right over here. No. Oh, come on. Come on.
Well,
So-
Jim can't
okay.
hear me, but tell him this is from the old course.
Okay.
Okay, really quick. So, our new friend Everett DM, he's with Golf Gin, or I should say, with Eden Mill Gin. They got this Golf Gin, right, that we're drinking right now. That's what that cocktail's made from. It is sourced. The botanicals sourced to make this gin are from around the course at St. Andrews. So
Okay.
you're literally drinking St. Andrews right
Yep.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little sip.
So base is seaweed.
The base is seaweed.
Gin. Yeah.
Oh, well, we ate sea moss yesterday.
You gotta
This
be
is a
kidding
lot
me.
better than that.
Lavender, heather,
This is so good.
Yeah, you
a little
taste
bit
the
of
lavender.
pine.
Wow.
You taste the lavender. This
Wow.
is and the thyme. Yeah. Now that you said it.
Pine.
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 Like pine trees.
Oh, I'm
Like
tasting
evergreen.
I'm tasting thyme.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
You should probably
I
go
get
see a
that.
doctor.
Yeah.
Time
I think
after time.
I think I'm an idiot.
Yeah. No.
Tony, what do we got these going for at Keg and Bottle?
So we said $39.99
Yeah.
on these guys.
Yep.
$39.99,
That is a deal and a half.
and they're only available on kegandbottle.com right now. So they're live on the site.
Yep.
We'll send a link to you guys so you can see it. But yeah, just Google that Keg and Bottle. Go
I'll,
on there, type in Eden, it'll come up, and delivered right to your door. It'll be soon available at all the Keg and Bottles.
I will
All right.
throw a link onto our Instagram story because you can sip this.
Yeah.
Okay, do people do that? Do people just take a little chilled gin and sit
Oh,
down and
yeah.
sip on it?
Oh, yeah.
Is
all
that
day.
is that
Yeah,
a thing?
It's a sipper. You can sip it. Yep.
Dude,
Yeah, I
because-
didn't know that was a
Especially
thing
on
either.
Fridays.
Gin and tonic, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, like you
That's
got
our
the.
go-to.
It feels like a drink you should or a spirit you should mix, but I'm
Well,
enjoying just sipping on it.
Yeah, but like, gosh, I feel
It's a
like you're
party.
you're almost
So-
doing a disservice if you add tonic to it. It's so perfect. Aaron Bauman, why are you holding the coffee? Yeah,
yeah, Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron, there's no excuse. We're
Yeah.
gonna get you a drink. There's a squeeze of lime.
If Jim's not hopping on this mic, Aaron hop on this
yeah,
mic.
yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
Somebody join
Yeah,
us.
Jim,
Enjoy your company.
Jim, we got a bone to pick with you, man.
Yeah,
we got a bone to pick with you, which
Jim
we will
Sheen.
get to.
Jim Sheen, you're on the hot seat.
Yeah, that's right,
You're on
buddy.
the hot seat,
That
Jim
is
Sheen.
right. You're our boy.
And you
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Hold on.
No, don't
So-
give me the I'm out. No, no, no.
Jim Sheen just gave a big thumbs and I'm out the door as he says I'm out. How come we weren't notified of this? You come in here every day, Jim, and you haven't said I am leaving. This is going to be my last Friday with you.
Mm-hmm.
It is a story,
It
Jim.
wasn't a story. Jim, we love you. We are going to toast you. We still got 23 minutes though before we're doing it. So
Alright.
hang tight, buddy. Hang tight.
Let's do it right now.
Yeah, let's raise a glass. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Really
all right.
quick, I just want to say a couple of things about Jim Sheen, who's worked here for a long time, and he will be missed. Good guy to have on a golf course. Great person to have around the building. Awesome hang. Buddy, we'll miss you. Whatever endeavors, whatever life brings you next, we wish you the best. And please do not lose our numbers because we want to go golfing again, bub.
And we always need a fourth in our scramble.
Yeah.
To save us.
I got
Cheers,
a
Jim.
rangefinder. Cheers to
Cheers to
Jim.
Jim.
See you on the old
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
buddy.
Get
That's
you
fresh.
some of that Eden Mills. All right.
Just down the whole thing.
Okay. Yes.
Oh,
Why
wait.
do you always do that?
Stop yelling.
Hold on. Are we doing that?
It's so good.
Gosh. I don't think.
Guys, I got a plane to sleep on
Listen.
later today. That's all I'm doing.
Do we have to put that in our diet menu? Like we have to track
no,
that?
No, 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 no.
0
Yeah,
points.
yeah.
0 points.
Yeah.
We are going to lie about
Dude,
that.
the narc is listening right now.
Oh.
He's listening to the show. All right,
Okay.
listen, this is all going to make sense to our listeners. Just a little bit inside, but we're on a diet. There's a very specific reason why we started doing this diet, but we're down now, I think, over 40 pounds
No,
as a show.
dude, as a
Oh, no,
show,
no,
we're
as a-
over 60.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
as a show, we're pushing 80.
Oh, yeah, what?
Like, we're skinny boys now.
Wait,
Because you're
can barely
pushing,
see you
you're
guys
pushing
now.
30.
But I'm over 20 on this specific diet, over 30 total.
I'm at 20, and you got to be 25-ish.
Guess what? 28 pounds in
Dude,
less than 3
dude.
weeks.
Aaron,
we're pushing 80.
Aaron, huh? What do you think of these boys?
But hang on.
Yeah.
You guys are looking a little
Take
loose
your
in the
top off.
pants.
Wait, hang on. I turned sideways. Can you
Oh.
still see me?
No,
Yeah. Just
Like,
just a
three
guy.
vanishing men.
Just a guy subsisting off of 700 calories.
Listen,
Look, the point is,
We're
I'm
down.
happy.
We're down from half a ton as a show, which
Yes.
is good.
We also haven't had carbs in like weeks, so this
yeah.
is going straight to the dome.
Yeah.
Did you just say it's 2.5 men?
Yeah.
Jim Sheen. Off the
One
top
more
rope.
singer.
Off the top rope. Oh my gosh. All right.
All right.
This
John,
is
John Fink coming in. He's got his
Reservoir
shirt
Dog
on.
shirt.
Yeah. We've got so okay.
But there's like He-Man and
Oh,
Yeah.
So we got He-Man, we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe. Ooh, that one I don't know.
Is that X-Men?
No, that's
Hmm.
Loki.
No,
that's not Loki.
Isn't it the Beast from X-Men?
I don't know,
It's
but we
not
got Thundercats and we got Transformers. So that one there in the middle,
I don't know it.
is it She-Ra or something? No.
Give us the name before break.
Oh,
Sweet
I wouldn't know
Jesus, there
that.
it
But if we
is.
want names, we got Skeletor,
Dungeons and
Shredder,
Dragons.
Cobra Commander. Yeah, I don't know
But
that
Rich.
guy's name.
Banger?
Banger?
Fanger? You are the biggest.
The fact that
I do
Trav
mean
knows all these guys
figuratively
is pretty
and literally,
impressive.
You are
I'm a nerd.
the biggest
I'm
nerd
a
I've ever
nerd.
met.
No, but number
Yeah.
2 is Trav. He named 9 out of 10 of
No,
those.
no, no.
Tony, it's a
That was-
miracle he has children. We all thought he
Yeah.
was a virgin.
Honestly, yeah. Travis
Seriously.
has 3
Does she
children.
exist? Have you
No,
met
no,
her?
no. Travis has 3 children. He's still a virgin. We don't know how this happened.
Yeah.
We don't know how it happened.
That's right. That's right.
Don't even.
Let it go.
Never mind.
Let it
Never
go.
mind. Never mind. I'll stop.
We've been drinking gin all morning. Please stop.
Listen, I can't stop with the Love Gin Spritz, but I want to get. I want to get to the St. Andrews G&T.
It's coming.
More next. Keg and Bottle in studio. It's a Bar Car Friday, and we're partnering with Eden Mill today. We'll wrap up this show next. It is a Bar Car Friday! Big Rich, TD, and Fletcher, joined by Eden Mill Gin, Tony Kanja, Keg and Bottle. Get out there this week, and we wrap up the show next.
It's been a long week and the fellas are thirsty.
So good. Once it hits your lips, so good.
It's time to cruise into the weekend. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch present Bar Card Friday. Brought to you by Keg and Bottle.
Favorite part of the week, and as you could tell, we've enjoyed it a lot. We've got Eden Mill Gin from St. Andrews in studio today, and it is a Bar Car Friday brought to you by Keg and Bottle. Tony Concha in studio.
The 28th Bar Car Friday.
It is.
Our Dirty 30 is
That
coming
is right.
up.
Dude, now you're keeping count. I love that you're keeping count. We're going to get to 100.
Dirty 30 is like 2 weeks away.
Oh my gosh,
Throw a
Dirty
party
30.
for that, yeah?
Yeah.
Dirty
Oh,
30?
yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
You got it. You got
Any
it.
special requests
Yeah.
for Dirty 30?
Ooh.
Aaron?
What do people do on a Dirty 30? I
Go to Vegas and make decisions that ruin their 30s.
Maybe-
We're going to Vegas, everybody.
Brody.
Yeah.
maybe we need some mudslides.
Ooh,
I'm
that
just saying.
sounds right.
I'm a sucker for frozen drinks.
I bet
Wait,
you are.
I'm like
yeah.
I'm one of those guys who when I go to like one of those vacation resorts, I'm drinking the Miami Vices, the
Ooh,
strawberry
yeah.
daiquiri,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
frozen daiquiris. Okay, so we have Everett DM. We have Eden Mill Gin in studio,
Mhm.
and I want you to finish this because he just pointed something out to us on
Yeah.
the label.
There's a little hidden gem here on
Yeah.
the label, Everett. What are we looking at right there?
So on the label, you see the old course. Old course, about 500 years old. First course in history. Tiger Woods only stays at room number 269
Nice.
on the Old Course Hotel when he plays. So 269 represents the
Mhm.
number
The
of
269s. I get it.
Yep. Listen, you know what we call that? We call that swinging, Everett. And that's okay by us.
Yeah. Wait, too soon?
Yeah, wait, no.
Okay.
No. It's fine. It's fine.
That is not for air.
No,
Ben, you said it in our
All I'm
ears.
saying is he's a master swordsman. Look, the point
Oh.
is, he's swinging the
Well,
club.
and Tiger also has his own room at Torrey Pines, where he's during tournament weeks, he's the only one that stays in that room.
Yeah.
And what's
Same,
that
same.
number?
69.
I knew it.
The point is, golf is very important to the show.
Right.
We take our listeners out golfing sometimes.
Hold on here.
Wait
Hold
a
on.
second, Aaron Bauman, you've been to the old course.
I've been there. I've been
Huh?
there.
Get
I,
right
I
on
walked
it.
on the I walked on the green. I probably wasn't allowed to do that, but I did it.
It's fine.
Because
It's
why not?
fine. Did you carve your initials in a
I
tree?
didn't. I did not. I
Mistake.
didn't. But we walked. I guess it was the 18th.
Yeah. So on
We just walked
Sundays,
it and
they
then
shut
left.
down the course to golf
Yeah.
to let the sheep graze on
Okay,
the
cool.
course.
No
Yeah,
way.
they-
Walk it on any
I
Sunday.
just want to know if she dug another bunker.
I did not.
Okay.
I did not get in any bunkers. I did not make any extra ones.
Did you
We
guys?
took a
Hold
look
on,
and
hold
left.
on. We gotta taste this
Yeah,
cocktail. We
yeah.
gotta taste this cocktail.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
we got a
So
gin and tonic.
St. Andrews, G&T, but T-E-E.
I like it. I like your heads out.
Here we go. Here we go.
go.
You son of- okay, here we go. That's perfect.
That's top notch.
I don't even know what to say.
This is one of those drinks that you could have, like, if you're like, you get one drink for the rest of your life.
Gin and tonic.
Gin and tonic.
Well, or I should say
the G&T.
The G and T.
Mhm.
2 E's on
8
the
a.m.
T.
on a Friday.
So all of you cool guys out there that don't drink gin and tonic, this is actually cool drink.
Oh yeah.
Refreshing.
Yeah.
Like if you haven't tried it because you think it doesn't sound so cool, right?
I mean, I think it sounds
Yeah,
cool.
what's wrong with the G&T?
Yeah, I
No,
mean, maybe.
I'm telling you, when people order it,
Yeah.
like the cool guy next to him goes, you're drinking a gin and tonic.
Oh,
You're a
really?
loser.
Yeah,
Cool guys
well,
are
honestly-
overrated. Like Travis Dale is one of our best friends.
And dude, yeah, and he's a complete wuss.
Yeah, I'm a total nerd. I mean, I don't get any nerdier.
But gin and
Humans
tonics
don't
have
get
evolved,
nerd.
guys, with good gins like this. I mean, the stuff you were talking about, the hangover you were talking about earlier, that
Yeah.
was with, we won't name names, but with some brands that have been around for a long time that Snoop Dogg used to sing about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And,
Yeah, you mix it with a little juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that was it. So those were problematic.
If the juice isn't enough already,
Hold on.
Yeah.
the distillery is all about sustainability. So locally sourced botanicals, like I mentioned, they capture all the CO2. They're about using local workers, local contractors, everything. They think about it all.
Dude,
So good. It's so good. And now we're holding in our glass here something you smuggled across state lines.
So are you guys ready to make history?
Yeah.
We absolutely are. Okay, so this is a first time
This is the
for
first for the
okay.
United States. Yeah,
Okay.
For the United
for
States.
the entire country.
Wait,
We
what?
gotta have a
Yes.
drum roll or
Wow,
something.
yeah.
First
I mean,
time
wait,
ever.
wait, we have a
You
drum
know?
roll?
Okay.
Something, you know what I mean? Like,
Like Eric.
Breaking news.
Oh yes.
All right. right, so what we're looking
So-
at something in a
Will Eric
bottle with
Hosmer be an all-star this season?
Eric Hosmer will not be an all-star, as it turns out, back in 2015. But for whatever reason, that remains in our system. We have a bottle with this glorious blue label that's ripped down the middle.
Yep.
It's really cool.
So
Looks like we got a whiskey of some
2
sort.
seconds on the label. The shades of blue represent the estuary that our distillery sits on. It's the ebb and flow of tides coming in and out of
I knew
the
it.
estuary.
I knew it.
Let me
Lit-
tell you, by the way, an estuary, guys, is a river that feeds a larger river.
Some skinny
Yeah, yeah.
ends.
Well, I just want to say, I mean, like, kind of they're attached
Straight
to
A
deltas.
student.
Look,
Straight A
I
student.
It's a fertile land. Anyways,
This guy.
you were
Titanic
This is traditional Celtic instrumental music.
Okay.
what
The
else?
split represents the Eden River. That little gold dot you see on there is our distillery on the
Oh,
river.
right over
Yep,
here,
see that?
above the G.
So, Guard Bridge.
Ain't nothing but a juice.
First bottle in the United States. First bottle open to the United States that you guys are trying right now.
Wait.
Blended.
Actually,
Yeah, seriously.
He
Seriously.
smuggled this over.
Yeah.
He was just there.
Yeah.
this is
You-
the first bottle
I'm
ever
gonna-
opened in the U.S.
Ever.
I'm gonna tell
Ever.
you, and I'm going to tell you right now, by the smell of this bottle, he hit it somewhere quite uncomfortable. I don't want to.
We'll have to wash our hands.
all I'm saying is, you can keep the bottle.
Yeah.
Cheers, boys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's drink some of the juice. Thank
Blended
you
malt
so
Scotch
much.
whiskey.
Yeah.
Guard
There we go.
Bridge.
Blended malt Scotch whiskey.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. When are we getting a hold of more of these bottles?
That's good.
Yeah.
Month
Yeah, about 2 months. It's on a boat.
on a boat.
It's actually
over
on
the
a boat.
Atlantic.
So it's going to take about 2 months to get over onto our shelves. But because we had the insight right now, it's literally on our website on a pre-sale. So you can order it today. It's $69.99. And once it arrives, you'll be the first to get it in the United States.
Worth every dollar.
Oh my gosh. You know what? 2 months, that's just in time for Christmas.
Dude. Yeah. Oh, point.
Yeah.
Come on.
You got a papa or a mama out there who's a whiskey drinker. This is where you need to go.
And I'm not a Scotch guy, but that is damn good.
Perfection.
Okay.
You
Absolute
guys want to hear the story
perfection.
behind the name? Do we have
Yeah.
time?
We got about
1
30
minute.
1 minute.
Okay. So, St. Andrews, the patron saint of Scotland, his bones are buried in St. Andrews. Back in the pilgrimage days, the pilgrims would migrate from all over Europe, mainly Eastern Europe, to come to St. Andrews to see the bones, the site of the bones. It was so insane, they had put guards on the bridge to protect the town of St. Andrews. So the guard bridge still exists. It's there.
That's
this-
unbelievable.
That is so
And-
cool,
and,
man.
and
The
here
guard
I am.
bridge.
If I would have said what it was, I would have said Gourd Bridge, and I said just in time
Yeah.
for Halloween.
That is correct. That's
Gourd
correct.
Bridge. I'm
Wow.
an idiot. You are not Everett.
Yeah.
This was a blast. Ben, who do we thank today?
Eden Mill. This is an awesome Bar Car Friday. Tony Conja, well done. You pick them right, man. You pick them right. Yeah. And I don't know if you just go by the cool bottles, because that seems like every week we get a cooler bottle. But
Cooler
this
bottle,
is one of my
cooler
favorites.
guy, cooler story.
Yeah. Thank you, Rich. Thank you, Travis. Thank you in the early hours, Kayleen.
Kayleen from Anchor Bar.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And
Home
don't
of
thank
the
you to
original
Jared
chicken.
Smith, who
Yeah,
slept
yeah.
through our interview.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. It's fine.
Hey,
King
Paul,
Buck, who
sometimes.
just canceled.
It's cool. It's cool. We
Yeah,
like to
we'll get
talk.
it. Hey, everybody, raising the glass one more time. Jim Sheen.
Jim
We
Sheen.
love you, man. We absolutely love you.
We love you, pal.
Yeah, we'll do it again on Monday. We love you guys. Thanks so much for hanging with you. We'll see you next week.
Heard is next.